from Santander Arena. It's the Royals and the Wheeling Nailers, meeting number 5 of 15 on the 2025-26 season, where the Royals split the season series with their longtime rivals at 2 games apiece. Looking to backstop their clubs to a season series lead after tonight is our starting goaltenders, and in net for first-year head coach of the Nailers, Ryan Papalanos. It's the starter in goal for 3 of the 4 games we saw in the series of a 4-game set 2 weeks ago, Maxime Pavlenko. He'll start his 9th game of the season with Wheeling, a 5-3 record with 1 shutout, and he did so in this arena back on November the 16th, the morning game. He has a .275 goals against, .906 save percentage. Starts in goal, his first since last Wednesday against the Indy Fuel, a 5-2 win where he stopped 29 of 31. He'll be opposed by Yanni Peretz, who gets the start for the Royals. It's Peretz's 7th start with Reading this season. 3-1-1, .467 goals against average, .876 save percentage. And he looks to get back in the win column after a loss suffered last Friday. Royals right to left, Nailers left to right. At center, the 2 teams square off. It's the 5th duel in 11 days, and we are happy to have it here on home ice, where the Royals on the record on the season of 9-7-2 look to capture that double-digit 10th win against the best team in the league at 14-3-1, the Wheeling Nailers. We're underway. Eric Jeffsberger alongside my partner, Matt Marchese. Midweek matchup, the first Wednesday night duel of the season. Nailers left to right, an opening shot, Peretz save, rebound, scramble, dribbles wide of the goal, and a second whack at the puck by Matthew Corsia, who leads the Nailers in points on the campaign. He has a total of 15 on the season. Forced the net off its moorings, Matt, as you allude to. What play is going to go on? Peretz looking to the referee as it's Jamie Pavia yet to pick it up. Royals exit their zone, right to left, in front, time on net save, right to left by Pavlenko. Goaltenders tested early, quality, but have the answers.
Yeah, Capone didn't get everything he wanted on that shot, so Pavlenko was able to slide over quick enough to get there. And then great save by Yanni Peretz. That is probably the worst possible start the Royals could have had if that puck went into the net, especially with how they've been playing lately. So big thing right there. And I do want to say the Nailers are without Mike Posma tonight, a big player for them, so that's a big loss. The Royals have held him off the score sheet through 4 games against, but that's still a huge loss for the Royals.
Icing on the Nailers, you mentioned Posma. He's second on the team in points. We alluded to Matthew Corsia, the 25-year-old from Massachusetts, leading the club with 15 points on the season. He is tied with Posma for second most goals. So the Nailers without one of their high-caliber engines motoring the offense, and the Royals looking to capitalize on that fact. And a .10 in, we get some early opportunities on both ends, while Pavlenko and Peretz showing the athleticism off early. Behind the net of Pavlenko, Nailers sporting their all-black attire with the sunflower yellow numbers on the backs and sleeves. It's chopped off to Jake Willits. A redirection from Haskins, skipped over the net. Stays on behind the goal line where the Royals scamper for the puck, adorning their home white sweaters with the purple numbers, trimmed with the orange on the backs and sleeves, black helmets and pants. A great stick by Haskins on the back check. Will kick this puck back to his defenseman on the ice. That is Jake Willits, with Ben Meehan leading the blue line for Wes Wolf, assistant coach, constructing the blue line tandems. And it's the 12th straight game they are on the first line together.
Yeah, and that was a real good shift right there by Haskins. Got a great deflection off. Unfortunately, just went wide, and then he followed it up with just a strong back check and got in there. So real good shift by Haskins. We're going to have to see him keep that up for this game, because the Royals will need all the offense they can get, because it's been a struggle.
Mentioned outscored throughout this 4-game losing skid, 15-3 are the Royals, and they are well on the wrong side of that, trying to change things as the calendar flips to December after a November where they concluded with a record of 5-7-1, 9-7-2 overall entering tonight, and a 500 record here at home at 3-3. Nifty dangle, and Peretz lunging out with a left glove denies a highlight reel goal for Yerdal for the Nailers. Danced his way around a Royal. He's going to enter the zone once more of the right wing. A sharp angle shot off the mask. Peretz says no once again. Jacob Frasca, great to see him back in play. A awkward fall, upper back first into the end boards on Sunday. He left the rest of the game in Troyes, comes back and is going to make his muscle felt early with a couple of big hits, and it's a offsides on Wheeling that draws us to our stoppage. Nailers with 3 of the game's 4 shots to open play, 2 minutes into action.
Yeah, definitely. Last time Yanni Perez started was against the Trois-Rivières Lions, where he would make 35 saves on 40 shots. So he's hoping he doesn't have to face as many shots again this game. And what a poke check right there. That's like hitting B on the NHL game where the goaltender does the flying poke check. So Yanni Perez, maybe he was playing that a little before the game today, and he tried it out, and he did it to perfection right there.
Hey, with 2 NHL game appearances, he is well into the NHL video game style when he shows off the quick left glove to flash away that chance, keeping our game scoreless. Nailers will take a offensive zone draw after a Reading icing. Royals able to dig it away against Alec Butcher, the former Nailer. Off the left wing to Connor McMiniman. Offsits in behind the goal of Pavlenko. McMiniman giving chase up the near end. Met by a hip check delivered by David Brazil. One of the 2 goal scorers in Pavlenko's shutout victory. 29 saves over Reading. And on November the 16th, the morning matchup, a 2-0 final where Reading was shut out for the first of 2 times over the last 2 weeks. Most recently suffered on Saturday. Reading with just 2 goals in the 3 games up in Troyes over the weekend. Here's Cam Cook jabbing this in behind the goal of Pavlenko, Reading right to left. And a forward check established with Capone in front. A shot from Devlin, bladder aside. Throwing up the blocker, and Pavlenko rejects Devlin's first pro career goal from finding twine.
Yeah, that was just a good save by Pavlenko. Didn't have full time. Great job right there by Willits, because they could have been on a 2-on-0 right there. But Pavlenko, yeah, he just got out to top of his crease, was able to block her, and it looked like he was unable to get his feet set. So it was a good, impressive save right there by Pavlenko.
Across the neutral zone, Matty D. St. Foul, familiar name in his season series debut with the Nailers, as he was up with the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins, skating under former Reading Roy Hud coach and Kelly Cup champion Kirk McDonald, joined by assistant coach Nick Luco. Puck ends up in between the benches, out of play. And a stop of the action, neutral zone draw. And for Matty D. St. Foul, amongst the flurry of skaters that have found their way from the baby Penguins down here to Wheeling as if they needed enough help, Matt. And looking at the roster overall, the contracted skaters for Wheeling tonight, 13 total players are on either NHL or American Hockey League contracts, 2 NHL, and those being Finn Hardy, number 50, the defenseman, and a fellow D-man in Daniel Latch, who skates in his 8th pro career game tonight. 2 NHL skaters, much the like of the Royals, who have Massimo Rizzo and Artyom Guriev, both in action tonight. But the litany of 11 Wilkes-Barre Scranton contracted players and all 6 defensemen on AHL deals. It is quite impressive in what the farm system of Pittsburgh has going and showing right down here in the ECHL.
Yeah, it's definitely impressive.
Here's Harding in close, a one-time save, rebound chance, and Perez left to right, throws up the paddle, and a robbery on Penn Street by Yanni Perez. In front again, this one squirts wide left of the goal, Max Graham in the vicinity. Tie for the team leading goals, could not finagle that on net, as Perez looking sharp here early. And my goodness, was that waffle board no better displayed there.
Yeah, that was great save by Perez, but, you know, the Royals were scrambling right there. The defensemen were all over the place. The forwards were all over the place. It allowed the Nailers to get opportunity after opportunity, and Yanni Perez just great saves.
Here's Burke breaking up ice with McMiniman at 2-on-1. Burke throws it on goal, paddled aside. Pavlenko easily steered behind his net. Nailers unable to clear the zone, held in as Kulikov throws it net front. A shot from Burke, spinning around. It's wide of the mark. Nailers slowing up the pace. Now outlet. Across the neutral zone with speed, D. St. Foul cut down in stride by Brendan Sagan. Kulikov back to retrieve. The 22-year-old Russian going by his partner. Hailing from Russia, the 2 on the back end.
Again.
And the near post comes off its moorings on your Flow Sports screen and draws us to our first media timeout with 13:22 to go in our first. The shot's already up to 11, but neither team finding the back of the net. Pavlenko and Pretz dialed in early. And we're back with More first period after this here on the Royals Broadcast Network.
Jimmy G's Railroad House is your next sports bar destination. Located in Reading, Pennsylvania, Jimmy G's Railroad House is a prominent, friendly neighborhood sports bar serving the Reading area. Take a seat at the bar or outside on the patio and watch the big game on one of their 26 high-definition televisions.
Back inside Santander Arena, no media timeout. We play on. And that's just how we like it on a midweek matchup. Nailers will be exiting Reading after tonight, unlike their last trip here, a 4-game set where they play 3 of the 4 here in Reading. They'll be set to take on the Greensboro Gargoyles, who await them in Wheeling for 3 games this weekend. Right now, the Royals backtracking. Juriev beginning a 4-game homestand tonight that opens and concludes with the Nailers. And the finale 1 week from tonight. They'll see Worcester Friday and Saturday. Farm show night on Friday. And the annual visit of Chaos Gritty coming to town for Flyers Vacation Night on Saturday, and the lawn chauffeur for Teddy Bear Toss Night. In front, a kick save by Perez. Squirts back towards the net, banked off of Sajin. Royals able to flip it to center, and on the right stick of Carson Golder. Left stick handle, throw towards the cage, hits the apron of the net and stays wide. As Golder a little too hot for his own stick handle. Royals bringing the boom behind the play. That's Patrick Moynihan putting his man up against the glass. Nailers, however, squib it to center. 3-on-2. Dropped off a shot. Big stop. Perez squared up the shooter. Loose at the top of the crease. It's still there where both teams jab helmets off the head. And the Royals able to take advantage. Jack Works lost his lid. And Moynihan able to elevate the puck to center with Works unable to touch the puck.
Yeah, I want to give my praise to Yanni Perez, but this has been very sloppy for the Royals, and it seems like they're almost picking up where they left off on that 4-game losing streak, and that is not where you want to pick up. So the Royals really need to get something going and really bunker down and stop giving these opportunities to the Nailers, because they've had grade A chance after grade A chance.
And much in transition, already 9 shots through less than 9 minutes of play for the Nailers, who do not need many shots to take advantage on their scoring rate, as they are second best in goals per game average. Just under 4 goals per game. And the Nailers putting up an 8 spot just this past Saturday against Cincinnati. Offsides, Royals won't help their efforts.
Looks like a penalty is going to be called. I think a slash on the Nailers, so we'll have to see.
Good eyes from Matt, and that is slashing, in fact, the call. Royals, much better news than offsides. It's going to be a power play here on the opening 8.5 minutes of action. And the Royals man advantage will go to work as our first media timeout is met here at Santander Arena. We'll retake the moment on our broadcast to thank the following sponsors of the Reading Royals this season. First off, as always, our feast partners of Mimo's Italian Restaurant and Pizzeria, Saucony Creek Franklin Station Brew Pub, Island Pizza, and Jersey Mike's. Those restaurants all providing game day meals for team staff at every Royals home game this season, as well as a recognition to the sponsors of our Reading Royals Ice Angels of the Penn Warner Hotel, Mimo's Italian Restaurant and Pizzeria, the Bell Tower Salon and Spa, Berkeley's Barbershop, State Public Adjusting Company, Classic Harley-Davidson, and the Baja Beach and Wellness Center. And as always, a big thank you to our broadcast sponsors making our coverage on Flow Sports and our Mixler streaming app all possible, of Diamond Dental, IBEW, Judd Firestone Plumbing, Salsa Burrito, New Beginnings Massage, and Jimmy G's Railroad House. Any Reading broadcast tonight, as always, brought to you by Diamond Dental, official dentist of the Reading Royals. Power play for Reading, and it's looking to break the ice here early. As a no-score affair, Royals right to left. The first power play of the game, powered by IBEW, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, electrifying every Royals power play this season. Opens with Rizzo, quarterbacking at the top of the right faceoff circle. He'll look down low, quick touch pass to Frasca, in front of Big Pat, saved by Pavlenko. Puck aired out of play, and this is going to be off the stick of a Nailer, cleanly out, and a Royals 2-man advantage for
a long one.
A minute 37 time, as it was Logan Pietola. Little too much mustard put behind that clear attempt, well over the low-hanging glass on the near side, and Reading looking to take advantage with ample time on a 2-man advantage.
Yeah, you're going to have a lot of time here for the Reading Royals, and this is huge because the Royals were getting dominated early on, and now this is a big momentum changer. Obviously, your power play has struggled immensely this year. Only 6 for 54 on the power play. That's only good for 11.1%. And that's simply not good enough if you want to be a winning team. So this is a huge opportunity to flip momentum and get this power play going.
1 for 11 over the weekend in Trois-Rivières. It was their lone goal on Friday. Scored. Here's Rizzo. Whistles a shot. Caught the shaft of Pavlenko's stick. But that's been how close the Royals have come to goals. Hitting posts, hitting crossbars, or just catching the mere inches of the netminder. Rizzo back down low. Hands off top of the slot where Carter Berger makes his first presence in a Royals sweater. Owned by the Lehigh Valley Phantoms earlier this week. Berger, number 23 in the white, will corral from Frasca. Former Bloomington Bison, second-year pro skater. The defenseman, wide of a shot, save Pavlenko, puck pops straight into the air, comes down, high slot, Frasca corrals. Royals keep the pressure on, approaching the halfway mark of our first period. Rizzo whistles a shot on the howitzer, goes wide, and Berger unable to reach out. He'll catch up to it as the snow settling against Reading's bench will allow that puck to simmer down, and Berger picks it up, goes right back on the hop. 39 seconds remaining on the two-man advantage. Rizzo goes right wide. Gives off to Carson Golder, leading the Royals with 3 power play tallies on the season, 3 of the 6 total. He goes up top to Rizzo, left wing Berger. Looks in, drop to Rizzo, inching closer, one-time Golder. What a stop by Pavlenko. Full split with a left toe. Pavlenko says no. What a save in net.
Yeah, well, clearly the goalies came ready for this game because they've looked good. There's great puck movement right there by the Royals. I would have liked them to maybe get the puck, shoot the puck a little more, and when they shoot it, get it on net. We saw Rizzo have a great opportunity, shot it wide, cleared it himself. But there's great movement. They were cycling the puck well. Just unfortunately, Pavlenko was up for the challenge the whole way through, and now there's only 19 seconds remaining here on the 5-on-3.
Royals, however, win a successful draw back, third time on this power play sequence, but they're coughing up. McMiniman's pass into the slot, intercepted, and the Nailers will be the first to it behind the net of Peretz. Sandwiched into the glass is Jack Works. He had 2 goals in the 4-game series against Reading. First penalty expires. Now 5-on-4 for the Royals for just about 20 seconds. Behind the net, McMiniman banks it to Butcher. High slot Meehan. Back to Butcher, right wing. Down low, McMiniman bobbled, throws it cross crease. Agent could not tap it on net. Blue line for Meehan. He's pounced on by 2 Nailers who break up ice. A great back check by Butcher, shoulders his man. That leaves Jack Works in the dust. Penalty expires, and the Nailers successfully kill off the 5-on-3, keeping our game scoreless under 9 minutes to play in our first period.
Yeah, big kill right there by the Nailers, but that was important by the Royals. They got some momentum going, were able to get shots on net. Hopefully that wakes them up a little and they won't let the Nailers get back to the game they were playing when it was 5-on-5 hockey.
Confidence boost for a penalty kill unit that has given up a power play goal to their opposition in 3 of the last 4 games for the Royals. The dread continues on the power play. Now 1 for the last 25. Blue line, here's Willits. He'll step up down the right wing. Goes in behind the goal. The defenseman hailing from Michigan. Skates left wing. Down low to Capone. Slunk back up top looking for Willits on a give and go. Now on the same page, puck goes all the way down the ice. Riding off for fresh skaters as it's picked up by Victor Hadfield, the D-man, up to Camp Cook down the left wing. Cook throws it over the net. Pavlenko might have grazed off his blocker, stays in play. Golder, high slot, out of the reach of Guriev, and another self-clear by the Royals. Good design, however, the execution poor.
Yeah, they've had good looks here. The Royals turn it over now. The Nailers with the good forecheck. Luckily, the Royals get it back. But
give it right back up. Continues. Nailers on cue. Shot. This a left pad save by Peretz as they are peppering Peretz early. Netminder bailing out the Royals, keeping Wheeling off the board. 10th shot in the opening 12 minutes from Wheeling. A shot on Pavlenko in transition. An easy save for the Kazakhstan native. A blast. This one into the left mitt. And Pavlenko shaking his head with authority, flashing the windmill. Glove save and denies Hatfield halting action with 7:21 to play in our opening period. Shots just about even. 9 for Reading, 10 for Wheeling. As the offense, they are coming out flying, but have nothing to show for thus far.
Yeah, no, it's been the goalie duel to start it off. I mean, Yanni Peretz, big save after big save. Pavlenko, big saves on those 5-on-3. And it's been, the Nailers really started off hot. They were peppering Peretz. He made big saves. You then get that 5-on-3. The Royals get opportunities. Pavlenko makes big saves. So it's been an even affair the whole way through. The Nailers have had opportunity, the Royals have had opportunity, but nothing going for either team. And the Royals just need that one. They just need that one to get things going and hopefully can break out of this slump.
Well, it's right back on pace. What the Nailers did to Yanni Peretz last time they faced off against the Quinnipiac University alum and 2023 NCAA champion with the Bobcats, it was Peretz hoisting a career-high 52 saves on 53 shots faced. That came 2 Fridays ago, a week before Black Friday, and that was a night that the Nailers offense can only say, what else must we do? 1 goal scored on Peretz on their 53 shots, and that put Peretz into the record book in Royals franchise history as the 5th goaltender in 24 seasons to put up 52 saves in a single game, and the 8th time in franchise history in which it was done. And 3 of which have come against the Wheeling Nailers, and you can credit Mark Owuya, who has the most, not once but twice against Wheeling, including a 55-save shutout. So Peretz joining the likes of some pretty top-notch company. And, of course, everybody who was a part of the 2013 Kelly Cup Championship celebration and party here inside what was the Sovereign Center, now Santander Arena, remembers the Mark Owuya rap celebration as a fan favorite moment. You can find YouTube for all that. It's something, unfortunately, we can't play here on the broadcast, as it was quite spirited with, let's just say, some extra initiative and behind some of the celebration carrying into the speech and rap from Owuya. But hey, they partied well, and the Royals, it's about time we get back to some of that celebration. Royals looking to do that here in the 25-26 season. Shot over the net, catches the safety netting, draws play dead. 6.5 minutes remaining in our first period. That shot off the mark, offensive zone draw for the Nailers after this.
Yeah, that was a good job right there by the Royals. The Nailers had an opportunity, but Sajin read it well, got into the shooting lane, and Harding had an opportunity. Sajin gets the stick down and blocks it out of play, and we will stay 0-0 because that was a clean opportunity. But it seems like the game settled down a little more here, Eric. It was really wide open to start it off, but now both teams seem to be hunkering down and playing the game they know how to play.
Nailers in transition had those flurry of chances, but Peretz shutting it down. It's Pavlenko also squaring up the opening couple shots. Here's Peretz. This one just squirts over the right pad and dribbles in from the slot. Reading breakdown defensively, and the Nailers capitalize with the game's opening goal for a 3rd time in 5 games against the Royals this season. All prior 2 instances, they went on to earn the victory, and it is Jack Works with his 3rd goal of the season, all 3 against the Royals, drawing first blood with 6:12 to go in the first.
Yeah, it's such a shame, too, because Peretz has made big save after big save, and that's probably one that he would want back, but it seemed like that shot by Works just caught him off guard. It was sloppy play by the Royals, and Works had his back turned towards Peretz, just quickly turned and shot it, and it snuck right in between the blocker and the chest. And like you said, Works. He seems to be like playing against the Royals. 3 goals on the year, all 3 against the Royals, unfortunately.
Unassisted goal. Works leads all skaters in this 5-game season series with 3 tallies. Cam Cook leading the Royals with 2 goals. Both came as game opening markers. Royals don't have that tonight. And for the Nailers, when striking first, how about a record of 7-0? Royals, it's about time to break that illustrious streak, as they did against Wheeling, who was on an 8-game win streak heading into the very first meeting of the season between these 2 clubs. And that was first game of the 4-game set, where the Royals, on a last-minute goal from Jake Willits, snapped the 8-game win streak for the Nailers. 2 of Wheeling's 3 regulation losses suffered against Reading. Royals trying to make that 3 of 4 here tonight. On the backhand by Capone. He'll feed it blue line. Left wing space for Hatfield. Winds up a shot. This one all across the body. Caught the left shoulder of Pavlenko enough to skip it wide.
Yeah, the
For check.
was
Here's
good.
Cook and Capone. The 4th line doing work. Sets up a Devlin shot. Big right pad save. Rebound top of the crease. Fended off to the blue line. And Meehan, it bounces with some English to it over his stick blade. Royals right back, cycle into the zone. Here's Capone trying to thread his way down on a knee. Around the hip check delivered by Tommy Bundick. A spirited tilt against Nolan Burke the last time these two teams dueled in a Reading Lilo and Stitch specialty jersey night. Here's Rizzo. Left wing to Frasca. He'll bank it to the blue line for Meehan. Meehan steps up. Left dot. Looks in. Sends it back door for Frasca. Fended off by Pavlenko. Blue line Willits. Floats it. Hits the backside of Frasca. And pitchfork to center. Willits will settle down 4 minutes ago in our first. And Reading keeping the pressure on. They aren't allowing the Nailers any further than that puck to get to the red line before they push it back up.
Yeah, this is exactly the answer they needed after letting up that goal. They've been playing sloppy this game so far, but a huge answer. Got sustained offensive zone pressure, good shots off, unable to get one by, but a pinch right there allows 2-on-1 for the Nailers.
Wheeling, great stick, dropping off. There's a 3-on-2 shot. Peretz makes the save, squares up the Craig Armstrong shot right down Penn Street. A big stop by Peretz once more. Left wing for Burke. His shot fired over the net. And it's up at the far half board. Royals and Nailers back and forth. It is a boxing match of odd-man opportunities. Only one goal to show for, and it came off a Reading turnover. Far side Hadfield. Go checks. Drops it back. Able to outduel his countering number 6. And Daniel Latch, the NHL contracted skater for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Steps up, left wing, space, in close. A forehand shot. This one misses the net. At the crease. Missed everything. Couldn't get much closer. Delayed penalty. And this is against the Royals. Butcher touching the puck. And it'll be the Nailers power play on the ice for the first time tonight in the final 2:49 of our opening frame. And the former Nailer, Brendan Sage, and not too pleased about it, into the box. And Wheeling, who ranks 4th best on the power play, will go to work with a 1-0 lead late in our opening period.
Yeah, and this is probably the worst time for the Royals to take a penalty here because we can see it up here. They're scrambling when they're in the defensive zone. Their players are out of position. The Nailers are just cycling the puck around them, getting opportunity after opportunity. If it wasn't for Peretz, this game could easily be 4-0 Nailers already. So this is a very important penalty kill because we've seen the Royals so far in the defensive zone kind of be scrambling. They're not getting set like how we've seen early on in the season. Now, when you're on the penalty kill, the Nailers can really get to work here. So this is going to be tough, but the Royals need to answer it.
And for the Royals penalty kill, they went 3 for 3 on Sunday, a step in the right direction. But overall, the bigger picture of that, allowing a power play goal in 7 of their last 9 games. That's 7 total power play goals allowed on 25 opponent opportunities. Their kill rate 72% in that span, and those numbers are passing grades for a lot of our college students right now taking final exams, but they're not going to be too pretty for a hockey team's penalty kill. And for the Royals against Wheeling in that 4-game set, they allowed 3 of those 7 power play goals.
Yeah, like they say, C's get degrees, but C's here. It's not doing anything
do
for
very
you.
well.
Yeah, it's not doing anything here for you. So the Royals really need to step it up.
Looking to build off, as mentioned, that critical 3 for 3 on Sunday. And it was a lot of high caliber opportunities for the Trois-Rivières offense.
That's sometimes all you need. Just you get that one game where you finally get it through and it gives you the confidence. You know, it's like anything. You go through the highs, you go through the lows, but once you can get back to that high, it's going to stick for a little while. Here's
the Nailers lifting this in behind the goal of Peretz, who will scale the near-end boards and find Liam Devlin, who goes galloping across the neutral zone. Royals offsides. It's Devlin dropping it off, and Nailers take back puck control. 1:20 here on the power play. 2 minutes remaining in our opening period. Behind the back pass, Meehan shadowing D. St. Fel strongly. Forces his pass wide. A blue line shot floated over the net by Braden Johnson. So Corral. Grant Lockhart right wing. Former Erie Otter. Banks this off the stick of Devlin. It goes high off the far glass. Back to the net front. Batted away by Cook. Lassoed in by Johnson. Nailers left to right, down the goal line. It's Lockhart. Goes up high to Johnson. Back to Lockhart near end. Down the goal line. Corsia cross crease. Big stop. Yanni Peretz with a breadbasket catch. Pops out of his mitt. But what a save. Squares up the shooter. And Peretz at a staturing 6'1", got across, and he took up plenty of space for a pending top-shelf goal for the second of this period for Wheeling.
Yeah, unbelievable save. And Corsia must have eyes in the back of his head because he made a beautiful no-look backhand pass for that opportunity. I'm surprised Peretz was able to read that on a failed clearing attempt. Again, luckily the Royals pick it up, but again, they're just struggling getting it out. Finally bounces out of the zone there, Eric, but it's been tough.
On the top power play scorers in the ECHL, Matthew Corsia, leading the club in points. Skates down behind the net. Play by Ryan Mash. He had a power play goal, one of the 3 earned in that series against Reading. But the penalty expires. Sage out of the box. It's floated on goal and a kick stopped by Peretz. Throws out the left pillow. 40 seconds remaining in the frame. Sajan lost his twig, slashing down at that puck. Arm stays down, and the Royals out to center. Changing skaters that have closed too many men on the ice. Shaking his head is a referee, Pav. He's dancing on the backhand, floated over the goal, stays out, but the arm goes up, and a penalty on Wheeling with 19 seconds to go in the first period. And the Royals on to the man advantage here late in the frame.
What a move by Moynihan right there to get through the 2 Nailers defensemen, forcing, who is it who took that penalty? It looks to be David Brazil, forcing him to take a hook and call. Great job right there by Moynihan. So you got the big kill, got the big save by Peretz, and now you get on the power play. Obviously, if you don't score in these 19 seconds, it will go over into the second period, so you have a long time to talk about it and figure out what you want to do if you're unable to score in these 19 seconds.
If Brazil didn't take the penalty, he might have ended up on the ECHL plays of the week with that Moynihan silky mitt display. Royals on the power play. 19 seconds remaining in the frame. Win it back. And it's straight to Carter Berger. Winds up a shot, pad save, Pavlenko loose. Picked up by Burke. He'll skate away from the crease. Go up top to Berger. 10 seconds remaining. Shot on net. Glove save. Plenty of contact in front. Devlin trying to ricochet that shot. Rather check that Massimo Rizzo, and everybody grabbing a partner away from the crease as Pavlenko flicks it away with some vigor, as he was quite frustrated with the contact, but he's a netminder we saw 2 weeks ago. He'll also elevate the contact himself, taking a whack at Brendan Saging, getting a cross-check into Patrick Moynihan. 4 total penalty minutes, 2 infractions in that Tuesday morning game. Also pitched a shutout, so he backed it up. But I imagine it's the high tempers from Pavlenko and put on display once again.
Yeah, we know he's not afraid of getting
Berger,
involved.
right wing to Rizzo, final second, shot, save, rebound, scramble, it's loose, and the horn sounds. Stays out of the crease, and that will bring our opening period, the eventful first frame, to a close.
Yeah, 30
Total
shots
of
in total.
30 shots, 16 to Wheeling, 14 to Reading, and despite the 14 Royal shots, no goal. It's 1 for the Nailers on their 16, but could be much more than that if not for a 10-bell first period from Yanni Peretz.
Yeah, he played unbelievable, Peretz, in that first period, making big save after big save. It's unfortunate. The goal that was scored is usually a save that you think the goaltender would make. Unfortunately, that one snuck by Peretz, so he's made all the hard saves. Unfortunately, one that he probably wishes he had back snuck by him, but that doesn't take away anything with how good that first period was, because like you said, this could be a 5-0 game Nailers if it wasn't for Peretz. But obviously, Pavlenko had himself some big saves in that period as well, so it's been a good old classic goaltender duel through that first.
Liam Devlin and Carter Berger each with 2 shots registered on goal to lead the Royals offense, while the lone tally to Jack Works, scoring his 5th goal of the season. And for Works, goes down in the books. Rather, gonna correct that here. Listed as his 5th goal on the season on our stat sheet. It is correct in his 3rd goal, that being against the Royals. So 3 of his 5 goals against Reading, and he leads the season series there with his 3rd tally, coming at 13:48. Ryan Mashi and Daniel Latch with the assists on the game-opening goal, which, when Wheeling does so, a record of 11-0, and they look to build upon that 11-0 record when scoring first. Here tonight, Royals looking to change some of that trend and get a victory. Would be their first when giving up that first goal, kind of trailing in a game against the Nailers, and looking to start that here tonight.
Well, you know what they say, records are meant to be broken. We'll hopefully see the Royals able to snap that record that the Nailers got going. And in that first period, the Royals won 8 out of 8 faceoffs. The Nailers won 5, so the Royals were winning the more faceoffs. Just unfortunate that they couldn't get anything like we saw when they had the power play. They did win the 3 straight. They were able to set up, but just couldn't get it going.
1-0 after one, Royals trailing. We roll it back to our latest edition of Radio Recon Live, where Royals defenseman Robbie Stucker popped on the headset, made his Radio Recon debut, and we get a chance to hear the part of our show that featured our fan-submitted questions. So much of that, more the personality of Reading's defenseman in number 2, here in our first intermission feature segment from Jimmy G's Roundhouse Radio Recon Live with Robbie Stucker. All right, I know that fan-submitted question is always Chance Katanowski, the multi-sport athlete here tonight, not at lacrosse, not at wrestling. He's maybe gearing up. Wrestling season around the corner, correct? All right, so getting set. Always loves to know the other sports played growing up, because as a pro athlete, it is a lot of success in multiple different avenues. Ben Meehan, quite the baseball player, and Robbie here as well joining our show. It is some fan questions, as always, this time for all of you to ask some of the Royals, your favorite Royals, some questions. And we love to know from Paisley, who are you closest with on the team? Is it Artie, or is there perhaps a group?
It's probably Vinny and Cam. I mean, I'm close to everyone. I'm close to Artie at the rink, but back home I live with Berkey, Vinny, and Cookie. But yeah, probably Cam and Vinny I'm closest with.
And then in the household responsibilities, is it a full delegation, everybody responsible, cooking? Or is there a
Everyone
trash?
chips in.
Oh, yeah, everyone chips in?
Everyone
All
chips
right,
in.
good to hear that. That's a lot of the parents will be very pleased about that. I imagine mom and dad as well. A favorite food of yours? What is perhaps a pregame go-to?
I get Mimos a lot. I just like their bolognese. I get that a lot, and they give you a lot, or a big portion. So if you don't finish it, you can have it after the game. Or we get provided food after the games. Maybe you can have it the next day if you have. I mean, when you play 3-4 games a weekend, you need a lot of fuel and it's good bang for your buck.
I know for tonight as well, that Italian panini might be that new pickup, as that will be the food of choice tonight. And kind of wrap it up here with a couple more questions. The opportunity to decompress after games, how might you go about doing so?
I go home, I eat. Are you saying like after the weekend? It depends. If it's a Friday game, you want to get to bed as soon as you can.
I can say, yeah, after a game, how do you like to decompress or get away from the game? What do you enjoy?
I mean, after games, I like to go to bed as soon as possible,
Okay.
just because you're so tired. But like Sunday, it was nice. We obviously had 6 games in 9 days, and your body is pretty tired. So I think me and my roommates, we put in a good shift on the couch, watching football, just kind of getting our mind off hockey. Go for a little walk, and then come back and watch some more football.
And able to watch a lot of Bears wins
Yeah,
so far
I'm
this season. How are
excited.
you feeling about everything coming together? And for Friday, are you feel well? The Birds are going to be coming out for some revenge after Dallas? You worried?
I mean, yeah, no, I don't know. We have only beat one good team, or I guess our best win is Washington Commanders. But no, I mean, you can't knock a team that wins. You should never apologize
Exactly.
for winning. But I think we'll definitely get tested in the next 7 weeks or so is what we have. But I don't know. The Birds are good.
Yeah.
I'm not.
You know it's
I
a
wouldn't
bit
say
of a
I'm not
gauntlet for you
confident.
guys.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm not confident.
I was kind of looking at it after coming through Pittsburgh this weekend. You get through these 4 games in terms of what the Bears have, could be some good contenders. And that Super Bowl pick you had in the video could end up being maybe a
Be a good bet.
pretty good bet down the road. Awesome. Well, appreciate that time. And finally, as you've gotten accustomed here to the city of Reading and your second season here with the Royals, nearly a full second season, there is that middle ground here in Reading of the Wawa and the Sheets territory, both kind of right up in the area. Have you dabbled into either, and do you have the convenience store of choice?
I was really not. I mean, I knew what they were, but I'd never really been. I don't think there are Wawa and Sheets in Minnesota. I could be wrong on that, but there's a Sheets right by Breakfast Hut, and I'm a frequent there with Vinny Papura. So I do go there. The Sheets. I don't even know if I've been to a Wawa here.
Okay, well,
Maybe
we'll
that's
have to
bad.
change
I
that.
don't know.
I'll take you on a trip one day. We'll get you the Buffalo Chicken Quesadilla, right? Buffalo Chicken, that's the go-to. Awesome. Well, we appreciate that. And finally, I know for the nicknames and the go-to you have, it is Stucky. And how much have you enjoyed having that be a part of the roll call around the locker room and overall hearing the fans as well bring that to the energy on the ice, and once again back home next Wednesday.
Yeah, no, I enjoy it. There's a group of fans, my boosters and some of her friends, who yell Stucky every time I come off the ice, which is nice to hear, some good support. But no, that's been my nickname, I think, ever since my first year of college. So I'm used to it now. It's basically what I call myself in the locker room.
Awesome.
Stucky.
Well, good to have that. Wrapping up, I also would say it's good that you're 6'3". If you could do me a favor, use your long reach. Grab that white box there for you. Because speaking of the boosters, tonight it is the Booster Club having their event, and so rudely of me bringing Robbie Stucker away from it, but wouldn't go without delivering on behalf of the boosters.
I
And
appreciate
Tiffany
that.
providing the Booster Club box
Thank
and the
you,
care
Kev.
packages. It is for you. Some of the goodies inside if you want to share some of the treats. It is keeping you fueled, keeping you comfortable, and
Sour Patch Kids,
imagine these will go well for you on the road trip.
some Reese's.
12 hours
Ask
on the
for a
road.
candle.
That's pretty solid. What's the
Maple butter. It smells good.
All right.
Chocolate covered almonds. This is great. RX bars. Big fan of these.
Okay, so we got you set, got you fueled, and got you ready for the road.
Yeah.
All right, well,
I
shout out
appreciate
to
it.
the entire Booster
Shout
Club
out,
for their
Jeff.
continuous support as they celebrate their time of year, providing these boxes for the players. And you can also be sure to join in on the Booster Club. Find more. Their tables always sectioned around the concourse, 119, 120. They have some great apparel, merchandise, and stuff that goes right back to the players. How much you appreciate their support and the overall fan base as a whole as we wrap up with you tonight, Robbie.
I mean, they make the boosters. They make a big difference. Obviously, we get one of these boxes once a week or once a month. Excuse me. They do a lot behind the scenes with our housing too in the summer. I mean, it's kind of boosters throughout the league. I think it goes unnoticed how much they help the teams and the players. And yeah, I could not be more thankful for them.
Well, we appreciate as well, and thank you to your time, and wish you a very happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. Everybody join me around applause. Royals defenseman Robbie Stucker joining us tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you. A big thank you, Robbie Stucker, there from our Radio Recon live show right before Thanksgiving. Awesome here as well about the Page family-hosted Thanksgiving event for many of the players on that Monday before last week's road trip got underway. And as well, a shout out to the Booster Club, providing those Booster Club boxes to the players. And you can find some more information about the Booster Club, support their efforts of putting together apparel items, all going straight back into the sales and service right to the players, or perhaps become a Booster Club member yourself. You can find them at our arena on the concourse between section 119 and 120, or go to their social media platforms. Facebook, Royals Booster Club is the tag and handle. It's the second period. Up next here on the Royals Broadcast Network, Royals trailing Nailers 1-0 on this midweek matchup. We'll have Friday and Saturday home games to continue. Was a 4-game homestand overall Friday. Farm show night Saturday will be the chaos in store when Gritty makes his annual return for Flyers affiliation, along with the launch of Fur onto the ice. It's the grittiest and the furriest night of the year when it's Teddy Bear Toss. And it is going to be mayhem in store with Gritty on the ice. He's going to be catching, throwing, and whacking away all the stuffed animals that you, the best fans in hockey, bring to Saturday's launch. After the Royals' first goal, 3,468 Teddy Bears last year. We're looking to set a new high, going right back to some of the charitable efforts by the Royals front office staff in our drop-offs to St. Luke's Children's Hospital in Bethlehem, as well as the local One Love outreach, supporting and providing some extra cheer this holiday season to those less fortunate. And you can do so Saturday with your stuffed animal donations. And why not Meet Gritty? A meet and greet available as well, exclusively for those with the package, available at RoyalsHockey.com today. Second period up next, about 8 minutes from that face-off to open up our middle frame, where the Nailers lead the Royals 1-0. More here on the Royals Broadcast Network after this.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the ECHL, celebrating its 38th season of affordable family entertainment. The ECHL would like to recognize the following league sponsors: AMI Graphics, exclusive signage provider; Athleticnet, official jersey supplier; Baron Rings, official championship ring supplier; BFL Canada Insurance and Sutton Special Risk, sponsors of the 2026 ECHL Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Dash, official mobile auction platform. The Fairley Group, official commercial insurance provider. Flow Sports, exclusive streaming provider. Hotel Planner, official hotel reservations partner. Howie's Hockey Tape, exclusive hockey tape and lace provider. In Glasgow, exclusive puck provider. Prolific One, exclusive secondary ticketing partner. And Warrior, exclusive on-ice equipment provider and title sponsor of the 2026 ECHL All-Star Classic. Catch all of the ECHL action live in high definition by logging on to FloHockey.tv.
Today's event is being streamed live and on demand on FloHockey, part of the Flow Sports Network. With a FloHockey subscription, you get access to all Flow Sports sites. That's over 25 sports. Never miss a moment with over 30,000 events per year. In-depth coverage, behind-the-scenes access, original documentaries, highlights, breaking news, and more. Visit FloHockey.tv to learn more and sign up today. That's FLOHockey.tv.
Judd Firestone Plumbing, your trusted local expert for all your plumbing needs. With over 125 years of combined experience, Judd Firestone Plumbing's team has seen it all, ensuring top quality service and expert solutions every single time. From leaky faucets to the kitchen or the bath of your dreams, Judd Firestone Plumbing handles it all with professionalism and care. Call Judd Firestone Plumbing today at 610-678-9080, where experience and reliability come together for your peace of mind. Craving something fresh and fast during the game? Stop by the Salsa Burrito stand behind Section 120 at Santander Arena for delicious burritos, quesadillas, and more. It's the perfect spot to grab a quick bite while you enjoy Royals hockey. Try Salsa Burrito today. New Beginnings Massage Wellness Center is the official massage therapist of the Reading Royals. You are living your best life when your mind and body are balanced and healthy. Massage is not just a luxury, it's a way to a healthier, happier life. Visit New Beginnings Massage Wellness Center in Wyomissing today.
Hi, this is goaltender Vinny Prapura. Do you have a child looking to sharpen their hockey skills or learn the best game on ice? Join in on the Reading Royals Youth Hockey Association's clinics, learn to play sessions, and seasonal leagues to compete and work with professional hockey players like me. Visit royalsyouthhockey.com to learn more.
The Cheers restaurant at the Doubletree of Hilton Reading is the post-game spot for our Royals post-game parties this season. Join us for the post-game shows featuring player special guests and be available for pictures. Swing on into the Cheers restaurant at the Doubletree on Penn Street for Royals post-game parties. Visit royalshockey.com to see the full party schedule and stream the post-game show on the Royals Broadcast Network with the Mixler app.
Hi, this is Center Jordan Frasca. Match me on and off the ice by visiting the Lions Den team store for officially team licensed hoodies, hats, replica jerseys, and more. Shop in-store during our next home game or during the week, Monday through Thursday between 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Shop online too at royalsteamstore.com today.
Royals 365 is bringing new meaning to being a Royals season ticket holder. You are now part of a year-round membership. As a Royals 365 season member, you can experience being a Royals fan with tickets to every home game, gain access to exclusive promotions, merchandise, perks and benefits, and events throughout the entire year. You are no longer season ticket holders. You are now Royals 365 season members. Join Royals 365 today.
Reading Royals hockey is in action with promotional games right in Berks County. Tickets starting at $14 gives you a seat to the high-flying hits, electrifying goals, and fun with slap shot the whole family will love. Experience a game at Santander Arena on a weekend or weeknight by getting your tickets at royalshockey.com or by calling 610-898-7825 today. Don't miss the grittiest night of the year when Gritty joins the Reading Royals for Flyers affiliation and Teddy Bear Toss Night on Saturday, December 6th. Toss your bears on the ice with Gritty after the Royals' first goal, plus enjoy an Ice Angels trading card giveaway and post-game photo opportunities with Royals players, all for a ticket as low as $8. Secure your seat today at royalshockey.com.
Hi, this is goalie Vinny Purpura. Listen to Royals hockey at home and on the go on the Royals Broadcast Network with the Mixlr app.
Wild Wednesday face-off of the season. Royals having 3 consecutive here in the month of December. Looking to open up the new month here on a 1-0 start. Right now, however, it's a 1-0 score in favor of their foes. Hailing from Wheeling, West Virginia, the Nailers, the holders of the best record in ECHL, 14-3-1. They lead the Royals 1-0. A whopping 30 shot total first period combined. 16 to Wheeling, 14 to Reading, and only 1 goal to show for Matt Mace. Quite the high-quality expected second period with some adjustments to certainly assume here on the back ends as Yanni Peretz back in goal for the Royals. Maxime Pavlenko, a perfect 14-save first period for the Nailers. Left to right, Royals open up on the power play for over 90 seconds after a late infraction to David Brazil after Moynihan danced his way, almost undressed Brazil, but a hook drew the infraction in the Royals, their second power play of the night. Looking to cash in this time around. Left to right in the white tops, it's Massimo Rizzo down low. He goes far end to Golder, throws a shot blocked down. Mentioned the goal scorer of Teddy Bear Toss last year as we look ahead to Saturday's game a little too far in front. Here's Logan Pietla, breakaway for Wheeling, a forehand dance and a save. Yanni Peretz at the far post, stretches the left pad, hugs tight to the iron, and denies a second goal for the Nailers and a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, Berger turned it over at the blue line. Right here.
Here's a near side shot. Berger unable to pull the trigger as it drilled off his stick blade. He'll reload on the near face-off circle. Berger settles things down. Rizzo near half board. Pounced on by 2 Nailers. Berger steps up. Great stick on the reach. Will fork it in to the far side. Scale to the near. Rizzo unable to settle it down. He's caught up to by Matty DeSaint foul. And a drop off to Bundick, who elevates down the ice.
Yeah, it's certainly not the power play you wanted after you had the whole first intermission and talking things over. Royals just never really got anything going. In fact, the best opportunity was a breakaway by the Nails that was stopped by Yanni Peretz.
Butcher's shot off the mark. Penalty expires, running 0 for 2 on the power play. A rifled wrister from Willits. Paddled away by Pavlenko, back out the center. Here's Moynihan on the near side, Reading, as they showed great resilience at the red line. However, caught up 2-on-1 on the back check. A fanned-on shot on a chance for Matthew Corsia. He'll lose his edge, and the puck ends up underneath his wallet on the far side. Royals able to chisel it away from the 6'4" forward. Former Boston University Terrier with a 20-goal season, career high last year for Wheeling. And a pass picked off that from Moynihan. A little too fancy are the Royals so far tonight. And those outlet feeds are falling on to the stick blades of the opposition. Not a recipe for success.
No.
After dropping the last 4 games, a part of the aspect Royals looking to sharpen up here to snap out of the skid.
Yeah, right now the Royals just need to simplify the game they're playing. They're trying to do too much, and when you're trying to do too much, bad things happen. We see them trying to go for home run passes, pinching on pucks when you shouldn't be pinching. They're pressured. They're feeling the pressure, and it's causing misplays to happen. Royals just really got to simplify the game, make the easy passes, and just get a sustained offensive zone pressure going. You don't need that home run pass. You don't need any of that. Play a chip and chase game if you want, because right now the Royals are just forcing things through, and it's not working.
And not a team you want to try things against like that in a redirection down low. Big stop, and Yanni Peretz once again able to square up the shooter and take that puck in like a sponge. No rebound allowed it, and good to do so with Natty D. St. Foul. Wheeling's leading scorer a season ago. Led the club in assists and points, 35 and 55 respectively. Yet 20 goals to complement that outing of a successful second pro season for D. St. Foul, who's been with the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins for much of this campaign. And now down here with the Nailers for a second game of the season and seeking that first point and nearly potting a lamplighter, if not for another great save on the doorstep by Peretz.
Yeah, he just snuck behind the Royals defense, got a beautiful tip, and then there he goes again, just forecheck.
Drop off near side, Peretz able to sniff it out as he reads the no-look pass from D. St. Foul, drop to the near post to Corsia. Off the shoulder of Peretz. They'll play this off the stick and look to clear, but elects wisely to hold on. And another Nailers offensive zone face-off.
Yeah, smart play right there by Peretz. You could see he settled that puck down. He was looking for something. But like we said, they don't need that home run pass. He made the right decision, just covered up, get a face-off. The Royals, one more face-off than the Nails in the first. Right now they've lost all of them so far in the second period, not what you want. But yeah, it's just been tough sledding here for the Royals. They just need something to happen, just something to get them that momentum. A good win right there on the faceoff by the Royals, but again, they're just trying to clear it out and not really settling the puck down and figuring something out. They're rushing things.
Held in by Scooter Bricky, taken behind the goal. Slows the shot, this one wide of the mark. Scales the near half board, held in by the Nailers. Bricky behind the net, dropped off a stuff attempt on the near side. Peretz with another save. And gobbles up the leftovers. Halting action, shot number 19 from Wheeling already tonight through 23 minutes of action, and the Nailers continuing to pepper Peretz. Shades of what we saw 2 Fridays ago when Wheeling hit a season-high 53 spot on Peretz. But had only one go to show for that night out at West Banco Arena. Part of Reading not looking to repeat, maybe the final score of a 4-1 win, but not so much the litany of opportunities for their counterparts. Is a shot worn on the upper body of Victor Hadfield. Lost the puck in transition. Back check by the Royals. Scramble and a turnover by Wheeling. You count on one hand how many times that tonight you can go both hands and maybe on your toes for the Royals turnovers. It's just been some sloppy play here on this Wednesday affair, but it's been the efforts of Yanni Peretz not letting it bleed to the goal score tonight.
Yeah, even with the sloppy play of the Royals so far in this game, they still do have 15 shots in this game. Obviously, they've given up 19, which is not what you want, but Peretz has been up for the challenge. They obviously snuck that one by him, but he's kept the Royals in the game. He's given them opportunities to get back into the game, and we'll have to hope the Royals can answer what he's giving them, because he's saving them right now.
Offsides on Wheeling. We'll resume our play from outside of Reading zone. Going left to right here in this middle frame on your radio dial. White sweaters, the Royal sport tonight. A jersey they adorn and sport a record of 3-2-2 on the season. 500 here at home at 2-2, like their overall home record of 3-3. Two-line shot blocked down in front by Budnick. And a lifted puck to center will be speared down by Willits. Pass out of reach for Golder and icing on the Royals. Freezing play, 4.5 through our second.
I don't know about that one. It looked like Works could have played that puck. He kind of veered off from the angle where the puck was going, so it does get called icing, but definitely the Nailers played that one to their advantage to get this icing. Unfortunate.
They'll take a offensive zone draw out of it. That Haskins pushes forward. Golder unable to get to it first, and the Nailers set up their formation. Dropping back blue line. It's decent foul for Bunning. A shot traffic blocked on its way on goal, and this worn by Ben Meehan in front, sporting the A on his sweater for a first time at home. Fourth straight game after doing so over the weekend. He took that right off nearly. That A stitched on his upper shoulder. And a big block in the crease of Peretz by the Walpole, Massachusetts native.
Yeah, Moynihan made a great play on Corsia where he was able to back check him. Corsia had an open net, good stick lift to stop anything from going, and now the Royals are looking to answer.
Guriev pitching this puck forward. He's got Sajin up to McMiniman. Pass broken up, and the collision between McMiniman and Guriev slows up the transition. McMiniman drops it back. Guriev throws it to Sajin, swatted down, and the Royals will cut it at the red line on the Nailers clear. And lofted right back in behind Pavlenko's net. The goaltender steers it far side and all the way back down. Royals will pick it up. It's on the stick of Artyom Kulikov. Cranks it out to center. Back over to Wheeling. Dropped off on the backhand shovel by D. St. Fowl. He's got Brazil. Stolen away by Berger. Berger, who played in all 3 games for the Lehigh Valley Phantoms during the preseason, and certainly impressed to open up the campaign, his second of his young pro career with the Lehigh Valley Phantoms, registering 3 points in 12 games played. There's a 2-on-1, back in from Cook over to Devlin, and this one just poke-checked wide of the goal. A little too far in front. It's just a hair for the speedy Liam Devlin by Cook. Cook drops it around on goal. A shot and a save. At the top by the crease. Pinballed off a couple bodies. Rebound settles for Hadfield. Triangle shot into the glove of Pavlenko, and the left mitt scoops it up off the ice. Stops play while a couple extracurriculars pour over, and guess who's in the middle? It's the feisty Cam Cook, who, boy, does he bring that spark plug energy that is infectious on this Royals roster, and that is a player during a 4-game losing skid you want on your side to bring that spark and energy, and Cook is providing that here.
100%. I mean, that line for the Royals today, the 4th line of Devlin, Cook, and Capone, have been playing great hockey today. They have really been getting good offensive opportunities. We see Cam Cook, he's not afraid to shy. He's not afraid to shy away from things. He gets right in the face, gets a little feisty. Pavlenko had some words for him. You know, Lockhart as well. And Cook, you see what he's trying to do. He's trying to energize the team. Like you said, he's a spark plug. You need that guy on your team to get, them energized, because it's been tough. They haven't been able to get any offense. The Nailers have done a great job trapping the center ice area. They're just not getting anything going. The neutral zone has been just trapped by the Nailers. Their forecheck has been suffocating, and they've made the Royals' life very difficult. But having someone like Cook can spark plug it a little, get the energy flowing, might wake you up a little now.
And speaking of players, you won on your side, we won you. Our young kids, ages 4 to 16 years of age, to get in on our upcoming Royals Youth Hockey Opportunities, a update presented by Visions Federal Credit Union, where you can become the next batch of Reading Royals and do so by competing, training, and learning the game of hockey locally. Try hockey for free. Now announced here in the month of December. Mark your calendars for Saturday, December 20th. Golder backhand on net, covered up by Pavlenko, allows us to continue our feature of the upcoming once-a-month session. Try hockey for free. That is free of charge at the Body Zone Sports and Wellness Complex on Saturday, December 20th, 12:30 to 1:30. You can register at RoyalsYouthHockey.com for free and do so as well on the youth hockey updates on the social media platforms of Facebook and Instagram at Royals Youth Hockey Association. You can also find Stick and Puck upcoming clinics here in the month of December. And as always, shouting out our Royals Junior Royal Travel team, the Reading Junior Royals, who go into a bit of a holiday break and will ramp up in January. A couple teams undefeated and a lot of great success in the Delaware Valley Ice Hockey League, which will continue to feature in our Royals Youth Hockey Updates presented by Visions Federal Credit Union. 12.5 minutes remaining in our second period. Royals trailing by a goal. Here's Hatfield looking to change that. Dropped off to Haskins. Poke check cleanly away by Brazil. Former captain at the University of Maine, the Black Bears. He goes left wing and a shot on net by Jack Works. Fended off by Peretz. Settles on the forehand board. Pirouetting. And a nifty display of skating is Johnson on his edges. Gives off right wing to D. St. Foul. Puck will frolic out the center. A little too out to handle for D. St. Foul to settle. Peretz unable to cut down this fishhook puck from the near to the far boards. Wheeling right back on the patrol. Right to left of the block tops. Blue line. It's D. St. Foul. Loading up a left wing. Johnson with space shut. Redirected to the back door. Goes wide. Far end. Scooped up. Pass picked off. Devlin. Up ice. A breakaway. Liam Devlin. First pro goal and a stick. Back in. Dribbles wide to the crease. Slammed in behind the goal. And the net of its moorings on Cam Cook. This will be a penalty interference on the Nailers. Cook gives a whack to Jack Works. Cole Timkins, the feisty fisticuff skater, comes in late. But the lines persons in between the two will settle it down. Cook looking to stay a little wise there. Keep the rules power play, which is up and coming. No penalty shot as a shot came off. And the rebound loose in the blue paint after Pavlenko's save was not covered. But with interference on Cook, penalty on the Nailers. Royals power play, 11:37 to go in our second.
Yeah, and that fourth line continues to look great between Devlin, Cook, and Capone. They are flying tonight, and they came ready for this game. Those guys, I mean, great shot right there. Great opportunity on the breakaway by Devlin. Unfortunately, it was saved, but that's not a lot you can ask for. I mean, they played good, that fourth line, and just Pavlenko's been up for the challenge the whole way through. I'm surprised. You know, we've seen Pavlenko get a little frustrated. I'm surprised he didn't maybe throw a shot at Cam Cook right there, but he stayed wise as well. The two men stayed wise, Cook and Pavlenko right there, not wanting to add anything more. But here's a huge opportunity now, Eric, and this is almost a necessary one. They just got to get shots on net. Just get opportunities. Just don't be afraid to shoot the puck. Don't shoot it wide. Force Pavlenko to make a save, and good things will happen.
Royals 0 for 3, including a two-man advantage opportunity tonight. And a redirection off the stick of Burke. Just skips wide of the goal. Frasco reloads. Down low, Burke throws it on goal, and a save by Pavlenko. Rebound was loose for Golder for a split second. But a great, quick, cat-like reflex by Logan Pietola cut it down. Near side of Rizzo. DeFrasco spins and goes up top to Berger. His shot in traffic. Save. Rebound. Swatted out to the blue line and just skips over the zone as Berger unable to keep it on sides. He'll scale up the near side of Rizzo. Royals quick.
Yeah, ready.
Check back up. We'll get right back on the hop. Here's Frasco. Space down low.
Two and tight.
He spins back, ran out of real estate. Drops to Rizzo. Turns to the blue line. Berger. Rizzo. Right wing. Goal line. Frasco. Fans on the one-timer. Sticked away by Brazil. Rizzo recorrals. Looks in, goes up top to Berger. Fires a shot. Save. Pavlenko whacks at the shins of both Frasco and Burke. Pavlenko comes 2 strides out. And he is showing some animation. Well off tonight, and not too new to the Royals, as it was, as mentioned, those 4 penalty minutes picked up by Pavlenko in his 29-save shutout Tuesday, November 16th. The morning matchup that had all these kids on hand, and Pavlenko, he was playing less than PG, if you will, and it's actually referee Jamie Pavu having a bit of a conversation with Pavlenko, saying, do that again, you're chopping a couple of shins, I'm going to have to ding you for another 2 penalty minutes.
He obviously likes to play his blue crease, Pavlenko. Anybody's in there's open game for him, and we've seen it time and time again. He's not afraid to get involved, Pavlenko.
Naylor's penalty kill wins the draw back. Some friendly fire will avoid the first hoist attempt to clear. It's off of Corsia, and the second effort around done successfully will send Ben Meehan back to retrieve for the Royals, who are 1 for their last 26 on the power play. A dreadful skid. Reading at their last power play goal in 90 games scored on Friday. Here's Sajin responsible for that goal. Up in Trois Riviere, he'll handle at the left face-off circle. Go up top to Meehan. Near side, McMiniman, one-timer, kick save. Wrap it around, Burke throws it on goal. It's up top to Sajin and redirected out of play. Great stick by Matty D. Same foul. He's got a nose for the net and a nose for the puck overall, and negates that Sajin to McMiniman pending one team on the near side from reaching the netminder. Out of play, face-off with 14 seconds remaining on the power play.
Yeah, the Royals are going to have to start elevating the puck a little more, because we've seen Pavlenko time and time again get those big flippers over and make the kick saves. I really want to see the Royals. Obviously can't elevate the puck on every shot. It's just not possible. You're not going to get all, but a big face-off win here by the Royals. Let's see if they can get cycling and shot.
And shot, another left pad save, Pavlenko. Tell me if you heard that before. Cleared down, penalty expires, running 0 for 4 on the IBEW power play tonight. But boy, Matt, have they had their chances.
They have. And Pavlenko, the Royals have tried scoring on the ice. Pavlenko's been up for the challenge. They tried going glove there.
Glove save, whacked by Haskins at the boots of Scooter Bricky, who will grin as he skates away at 6'4", 215. Bricky is not going to take much of a liking to the Haskins stick whack. The Vermont native at 5'10", 185, but Haskins not slowing down by any means. As we will step into a media timeout. 9:30 to go in our second period. It's 1-0 Nailers, continuing after this.
Today's event is being streamed live and on demand on FloHockey, part of the Flo Sports Network. With a FloHockey subscription, you get access to all Flo Sports sites. That's over 25 sports. Never miss a moment with over 30,000 events per year. In-depth coverage, behind-the-scenes access, original documentaries, highlights, breaking news, and more. Visit FloHockey.tv to learn more and sign up today. That's FLOHockey.tv.
Hi, this is forward Connor McMenamin. Listen to the Royals hockey at home and on the go on the Royals Broadcast Network with the Mixler app.
Connor McMiniman welcomes us back into the Royals Broadcast Network. Second period. 1-0 Nailers lead. Our broadcast, as always, made possible here on our Flo Sports Mixler streaming app and our intermittent broadcast on 99.3 FM, presented by Dial Dental. Great to have you all with us for the first Wild Wednesday game of the season, including $2.50 college student tickets, $6.10 Orange Zone tickets. Not a bad seat in the house, and only $6 and a dime will get you a seat to the action. And in 1 week from today, guess who's back in town? It's the Nailers once again, and you can enjoy some of the hostile hockey on December 10th to conclude this 4-game homestand. Right, looking to begin with a victory here tonight, down by a goal, and it's Pavlenko, who Reading has yet to crack the code on, as that distant shot whistled by Haskins, glove down, and that left mitt with a white coloring and the yellow trim, the colors of the affiliate to the Nailers in Pittsburgh and Wilkes-Barre Scranton, getting broken into in case it wasn't already.
Yeah, I mean, it's been tough. I mean, the Royals, they're going to look to do something you've been unable to do, and that's win this game, Eric. Unfortunately, another loss for you on the scoreboard in that race. But the Royals, they still have time to come back and win this game, and it's going to be hugely important that they get offense going. I really want to see them start playing a chip and chase game. They haven't been able to get anything going through that neutral zone, so I really would like to see them play a chip and chase, just get that puck in deep and get the forecheck rolling.
Our in-arena broadcast listeners on Dial Dental's 99.3 FM know well about our second period media break. It's a cartoon race. Myself, I have been given the opportunity to go and compete against Slapshot and TR, the best two mascots and felines in all of hockey, and I am still winless despite finding myself intercepted by a UFO last week, and today caught myself in the snow plow. I came across Berks County yesterday, and it looks like a late plow came through and took me away from a for sure first win of the season. I believe it's now Slap Shot at 4 wins, Sierra at 2, and your broadcaster at a goose egg. But we have a long season still to go. 36 total home games, and we have 29 more after tonight. Can only go well here from this on out. But some fun in our entertainment at the broadcasts and in arena show all season long. While the action on the ice, Royals looking to find that first tally of the evening. Nailers will scale this puck from the near to the far boards. Scooped up and played as Pietila dropped to St. Foul, barreling down the right wing, but a great stick by Victor Hadfield will intercept, and the pass runs up the twig of Burke. Negates the icing. Frasca intercepts at the blue line, will hoist it on the far side. Cut up to by Bricky, dropped in behind the goal. Hard crunching check by Frasca, and the Nailers clear to center.
Yeah, good job right there by Frasca. He knocked over a water bottle on that board.
That's in-arena host Mike Keller. Got to be your head on a swivel down there. You're in a dangerous area up against the glass when the Frasca fisticuffs are coming through. Royals force a turnover, and Frasca a part of it. Blue line, it dribbles over the stick of Meehan, back out to neutral ice. Rizzo from Meehan bounces away. Back and forth, Pietila settles, and the Nailers enter the offensive zone off a Royals turnover. Corsia out to the blue line, no man home to play it. We're under 7 minutes to play in the second.
Yeah, and out of nowhere, the Royals they're now out shooting the Nailers 24-22, almost out of nowhere, but they've started sustaining more offensive zone pressure. They've gotten shots, but it's been kind of one and done. They really need to sustain it, get some rebounds going, some interference going on in the middle of the ice. Nothing called there, and then a turnover.
Left wing, it's Armstrong. 5-point night on Saturday in Wheeling's 8-3 win. He had a goal and 4 assists for a career high. He'll skate number 21 in the black and sunflower yellow, near corner. Dropped off to Lockhart. Lockhart rims it far side. Spinning back Johnson, looking for space. No clean lane given, goes up high. As the Nailers held it at the perimeter. Blast on net, blocked by McMiniman. Favoring that left leg, but right back to his post. In front, a one-timer, scales wide right of the goal. As that was right down Broadway, but not put on target. Left wing shot, another block. This one off of Guriev's boot. Blue line held in by Wheeling. Another effort. Poke check by McMiniman. What a shift for the Collegeville PA native. Catches up to this pass by Butcher. Butcher trailing. We'll get it from McMiniman. Give and go behind the net. Stolen by Corsia. McMiniman fans on the poke check. Haskins will catch up to the leftovers. Sends it to the blue line. Hadfield skates away from the puck, trying to lasso it in, towing the line.
Yeah.
Riding back on possession, but taken out of the zone.
Yeah, Hadfield just took his eye off the puck. He saw a goal coming for him, took his eye off the puck, and then just snuck out of the zone. But what a shift right there by McMiniman. Really got something going, trying to energize, and nearly snuck one, tried to sneak one through Pavlenko. But the Royals, they're starting to find their game now. The first period was very sloppy. So far here, they've looked much better in the second period.
Here's Moynihan with a quick cut. Little success to get around Lockhart. Who staples Moynihan up against the boards. Puck underneath the skater. 2 from each side. Stolen away by Wheeling. And over top of Moynihan is Lockhart. The two continue to tango. As the Nailers enter the zone, a dance on Perret's big save. Loose at the top of the crease as Moynihan finally pried away from Lockhart. And the two part ways. Rather that be Cole Timken, who's favoring that right leg. A shot from Capone off the post, and Pavlenko, no idea where it is. It's going to be in his equipment. And it's just your night on plays like that, where Maxime Pavlenko heard it ring off the near post, was looking behind him, and the puck is under him.
Yeah,
that is just, when it's your night, man.
Yeah, I've noticed the puck luck has definitely gone the Nailers' way. Off block shots, when the Royals block the shot, the puck always just seems to find a nailer. Right there, a beautiful shot, again, by this fourth line of Capone, Devlin, and Cook, just continuing to put on an offensive display. You beat him, it hits the post, it hits his back. Usually when that happens, the puck still goes in if it hits your back, but not tonight. It just snuck right into the jersey and the pants of Pavlenko, and it stayed out, and it's still a 1-0 game. Just unfortunate.
And for Nick Capone, who had his first professional career point against the Nailers last December, nearly potting his second pro career goal against that same foe to draw this game equal, but stays out as it's an Nailers 1-0 lead with 4:10 remaining in our second period. Quick check-in on our out-of-town scoreboard on this Wednesday night across ECHL. Royals and Nailers here facing off as one of the 7 games in action, and we check in on our fellow North Division team in play. It's only the Trois-Rivières Lions as they prepare for a face-off out west in Idaho tonight, meeting the Steelheads. A 7-10 Mountain Time puck drop. As final scores to report, the Toledo Walleye falling to the former club of Yanni Peretz and Carter Berger, Bloomington Bison. Bison taking it in overtime, 4-3. Allen over the Utah Grizzlies, 3-2. And the lone other ECHL game currently in play, like Reading, it is South Carolina leading the Jacksonville Icemen, battle of 2 teams in the Sunshine State, 3-1 in the second.
And here, you know, I'm sure they got nicer weather down there. It's a cold night here, but the Royals are, you know, hoping that the cold, they're able to find something going. They're hoping to light the lamp. And when you score goals, you always feel a little more warm, Eric. It makes you feel better. Fortunately for the Royals, it's been tough to come by lately. But like I said, you just need that one to get things going.
Yeah, the light chill and the snow flurries across Berks County yesterday matching this Royals offense as of late. And despite the litany of opportunities, they have had their looks, but it's Pavlenko and the gauntlet of goaltenders. Reading has been on the brunt end of as of late. That has lended to the 4 consecutive losses and just 3 goals in 4 games, including their series finale loss to this same Nailers club, to the reigning goaltender of the month in Jake Smith, who backs up Pavlenko tonight.
Man, that's a goalie who could be playing in the Olympics.
There's a shot on net, a big blocker stopped by Peretz. More on that in a moment, as Jake Smith will be leaving the Nailers for a couple weeks, as he will be playing for Italy in the Olympic qualifiers, and he'll depart on Saturday from the best team in the ECHL. Well-deserved opportunity, but the Nailers, I imagine, are going to be finding it hard to go without him. But hey, they have the, guess what, reigning goaltender of the year to help out their efforts, Taylor Gauthier, who has yet to play a game this season and joins this Nailers roster from the Baby Penguins. Here's a penalty, and this is going to be against the Royals, and not too pleased about it will be Jake Willis, arms at his side, and will be for high sticking. That gives the Nailers a power play at 2:50 to go in the second.
That's a tough one. I mean, it was just a tie-up right there. I didn't even see the stick. If anything, I thought it would be more of a tripping call. I didn't even see the stick come near the face. Maybe it did. Maybe I had trouble seeing, but didn't really look too close to the face. I thought, if anything, if they wanted to call it, it'd be better call it a trip or something, but it's not the way it goes. So now Nailers will have 2 minutes of power play, 2 minutes and 50 remaining here in the second period. Royals, maybe they can get something shorthanded going.
Second power play of the game for Wheeling, 0 for 1 to open up action, and a unit has scored a power play goal in 2 of their last 3 games, 4 for 10 in that span, all goals from 4 different skaters. Across the blue line, and it's into the zone for Pietla. Blue line dropped off, Brazil, left wing. Space for Budnick, who sends it backdoor, but skips wide on the connection attempt. That's Graham, leading the Nailers with 7 goals on the campaign. Graham on the near side, pitchforked away by Sajin, but recorrals and dropped in behind the goal. He finds Brazil, skates up high. Already a minute remaining on the penalty to Willits. 2 minutes remaining in the frame. Left wing, Budnick, blue line. Nailers play catch and a shot blocked down. Great sacrifice by Kulikov. The 22-year-old Russian stands poised in front. Left wing for the Nailers, creeping up in the slot. Backdoor shot, scores. Power play goal. Logan Pietla will bank it home. And the Nailers take a 2-0 lead. Peretz sprawled out, could not throw up the pad in time.
Peretz is asking for goaltender interference. He thinks he was impeded with. We'll have to see, but that's just unlucky. It's just puck luck that goes the Nailers' way. A shot gets blocked, and, it finds a way right to the Nailers, and they tap it in for an easy, wide-open goal. And we are going to get a review here for goaltender's interference. Peretz came right out of his crease right away. Was thinking that it was goaltender interference. We're going to have to wait and see on if it is. We're checking the replay here, and looks like his pad does get kicked right there, but I don't know if that's enough to overturn it. What do you think, Eric?
Certainly there is presence in the crease. Whether contact was enough, that will go under the ruling, but certainly there wasn't a clear exit from the crease by the time that puck crossed the goal line. So a quick review is the difference between a 2-goal deficit or a 1-goal deficit here for Reading.
We're going to have to wait and see.
And it will stand a good goal. Nailers extend their lead to 2. And the Royals surrender a power play goal for the 8th time in their last 10 games. And this gives Wheeling a cushion with 1:37 to go in the second period.
It's tough. He's in the crease, but it does look like his skate hits the pad of Peretz, but since it was called a good goal on the ice, I just don't think there was enough to overturn it, and the puck just bounced its way to Pietila for an easy goal, and it's just that kind of game where the puck just seems to be finding the stick of the Nailers.
With speed, 2-on-1, Haskins dropped back behind Moynihan in stride, and the Royals spoil that chance. A little too selfless, Matt, and those opportunities, you want to be a shoot-first mentality, and it's another coughed-up chance for the Royals, still seeking their first goal of the night, who have just 1 goal scored over their last 7 frames of play.
Obviously, there's time to pass the puck, but right there, Haskins has just got to shoot that one, and if you're going to pass it, it has to be right on the money. Fortunately, it wasn't. It was in the skates, and like you said, it spoiled a great opportunity. It was a 2-on-1. You want to get shots on net during those 2-on-1s.
Nailers right to left into the zone. Dropped off pass to Works. They'll crank it back behind the net, cut down by Meehan, who's pinched off the puck. And allows Brazil to handle the leftover change. And a shot. Blue line is walked away by the Royals. Behind the net, it settles. Wheeling on it, net front shot. On goal, it floats to the net. A save by Peretz. A whack and a clear. Held in by Wheeling. Left out for Works. Poke check away by Golder. Held in at the line by the Nailers. Down low at the goal line. Works. Stuff attempt near side. Save Peretz, and he'll smother for the whistle. 13 seconds remaining in the second period, and it is intermission. The Royals are just dying to get to as the Nailers are pouring on the pressure, the shots, and the command in this play.
Yeah, it's been all Nailers. It has been all Nailers. I mean, the first period was definitely all Nailers. The second period, the Royals did have some time where they were playing, hockey, but it's been one and done for the Royals. They haven't been able to sustain anything. They enter the zone, they take a quick shot, and it's cleared out by the Nailers instantly. Whereas the Nailers, it's just shot after shot after shot. It's a shooting gallery for them, and Peretz has made big saves, but it's just a matter of time until a puck will go in, and that's what the Nailers have done. You can see they're setting up here. They want to get a one-time opportunity off of the face-off draw. We'll see what occurs. The Royals do win it and snuff out that opportunity, but again, a turnover right in the middle of the ice. You're unable to clear the zone. It's just sloppy.
Period expires. Royals 1 goal in their last 9 periods of play, and they trail 2-0 to the Nailers after 40.
It's been tough. You can hear the fans. They're restless. They want a goal. It's been tough for the Royals. Tough sledding. I've said it all night how tough it has been for them, but they just haven't been able to get anything going. They're passing when they don't need to pass. Their defense have been caught out of position, and the Nailers have taken advantage. It's actually a miracle that they only have 2 goals, the Nailers, as they could easily have 5 to 6 goals. But it's 2-0. You now have the intermission. Hockey's a crazy game. You could score 2 goals in the matter of 50 seconds. So the Royals will have a long intermission. Head coach Anthony Peters is going to talk it over with his team, and they're going to have to find a way to break out of this slump.
Into the break where the Royals trail by 2. Shots just about even. 25 for Reading, 26 in favor of the Nailers. And when leading after 2 periods, Wheeling with a 9-0 record. They have yet to lose in this instance and are looking for a 10th win when leading in this scenario. Royals looking to snap that skid, who they themselves were trailing after 40, 0-6-1. We'll have more on the numbers and the breakdown of our opening 2 periods with freshman at Kutztown University, Evan Dickinson, on the other side here for our Royals report during our second intermission. Right back here after this on the Royals Broadcast Network, streaming on Flow Sports, our Mixer streaming app, and our integrated broadcast on 99.3 FM, presented by Dalvin official dentist of the Reading Royals.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the ECHL, celebrating its 38th season of affordable family entertainment. The ECHL would like to recognize the following league sponsors: AMI Graphics, exclusive signage provider; Athletic Knit, official jersey supplier; Baron Rings, official championship ring supplier; BFL Canada Insurance and Sutton Special Risk, sponsors of the 2026 ECHL Hall of Fame induction ceremony; Dash, official mobile auction platform; The Fairley Group, official commercial insurance provider; Flow Sports, exclusive streaming provider; Hotel Planner, official hotel reservations partner; Howie's Hockey Tape, exclusive hockey tape and lace provider; In Glasgow, exclusive puck provider; Prolific One, exclusive secondary ticketing partner; and Warrior, exclusive on-ice equipment provider and title sponsor of the 2026 ECHL All-Star Classic. Catch all of the ECHL action live in high definition by logging on to FloHockey.tv.
Back inside Santander Arena, Wednesday night face-off. Royals, they trail the Nailers 2-0 after 40 minutes and looking to respond here in the third in a 2-goal haul, and with more to talk about not only tonight's affair but the latest stretch of games. Royals looking to snap out of a bit of a cold spell. Evan Dickinson, who has enjoyed watching tonight from press row and always providing additional coverage on Royals hockey all season long. Freshman at Kutztown University, Evan Dickinson joining us. Evan, thank you for the time once again tonight, and excited to have you on for another Royals report. Maybe some luck brought to the broadcast booth here for us tonight.
I hope so. I felt like the Royals were the better team for most of that period, despite trailing 2-0. It was a better first than a second, but this team has been really snake-bitten, and I'm sure I don't even need to read these stats off, but they have 1 goal in their last 9 periods. Since that game where Jake Willett scored that goal, they only have 2 goals in 3 2/3 home games, I believe, and since 11-21, they've scored just 3 goals in 4 games and 2/3, including this one. It's been so snake-bitten, and we've talked about it on multiple broadcasts since we've been on about how the Royals have been lacking shots, and even tonight, a lot of their plays, it's just, the puck barely misses, or they make a pass, they're just too far ahead, too short, pass is too slow. Just feels like everything's going wrong for this team right now.
A couple posts once again as well. The goaltending gauntlet we talk about is almost on repeat at Pavlenko. He is protecting his crease both positionally with stopping the puck, but also he's protecting it with a couple stick whacks as well, slowing up the opportunity for Reading to get in the greasy area and provide maybe a dirty goal that can uplift this offense. Matt, that Reading is looking to get that traffic because Pavlenko, we have seen this season back up his efforts and his record of 5-3, a .906 percentage. He's playing even better than those numbers might show.
Yeah, you're going to need a greasy goal here on Pavlenko because he has made save after save. And I think the problem is the Royals, their shots, they haven't been elevating the puck either. A lot of it has just been on the ice. And Pavlenko's a big goalie. He's at 6'5". He can get those legs over. He's got those big flippers at the bottom. It is very hard to score goalies on goalies low unless it's through the 5-hole. And Pavlenko has been there to shut down every shot that was on the ice. So it's going to be on the Royals. They really need to elevate the puck because you're not going to beat Pavlenko down low.
He's been very aggressive as well. After the whistles, he's pushing the Royals players out of the net. He's a very aggressive goaltender for sure. And, yeah, you're going to need to get shots high. I think they've done a decent job at actually getting shots this time around. It's just that they just seem so unlucky. And this is what happens when you're a young team. When you're a young team, you tend to have struggles like this. You're going to go through rough spouts, and every team goes through rough spouts. It's a long season. I'm going to be honest with you. That stretch of Royals hockey we saw at the beginning of the season, I'm not sure that's the team we're seeing here right now. But this losing stretch, I don't think is the team we're going to think either. I think this team is going to end up being somewhere in the middle of that. Every team goes through struggles. It's a matter of getting over those struggles, combating them, and getting back on the winning side. But I am going to say this. Once this team gets out of this scoring spout, watch out.
Yeah, I mean, hockey is a long sport. You're going to have teams, I've said it on this broadcast so far today. There's the highs and lows. You're going to have your highs, you're going to have your lows. It's very, very hard to play a whole season very good. It's very, very hard to play a whole season very bad. And the Royals, they started off good. Now they're kind of teetering off a little, but that's just the way hockey happens. I mean, you look in the same division, you have the Worcester Railers. They started off horrible. They've now found themselves back up to, I believe, 500 hockey, where they are right behind the Royals now. So it's just a game of hockey. You're going to have your highs, you're going to have your lows, but once you find your game, it's good to go. And I think the problem here for the Royals tonight is it's been a lot of one and done for them. They haven't been able to sustain any offensive zone pressure. They'll get the one shot off, Pavlenko makes the save, and it's quickly taken out by the Nailers again. Whereas for the Nailers, it's a shooting gallery. The shots are very close, but for the Nailers, their shots are coming in like succession by just one after the other, and that's the difference of the game, just the sustained offensive pressure by the Nailers.
A lot of off-the-rush opportunities for Reading. I do think they've done a good job at moving the puck on the power play, especially in that second period. It's just they can't beat Pavlenko, and that's been the story here. It's the story that keeps on telling itself over the last 3 weeks or so. But again, I think that they have good fundamentals. They're playing well overall. It's just got to find a way to get a goal here. They really need it.
Yeah, I actually think that the Royals have kind of been scrambling a little in their defensive zone when the Nailers are able to cycle. Not as much in the second period, definitely not as much in the second period, but the first period there were some opportunities there where the Nailers were just cycling by them and the Royals couldn't keep up. They seemed to get it a little worked out in the second. Obviously, it happened at some points. I mean, when you're on a power play, it's very tough. And I do think the puck luck is another thing. It just seems the puck just keeps bouncing right to the Nailers tonight, whereas for the Royals, it is just not bouncing their way.
Yeah, they had a lot of pressure in that first 10 minutes, the Nailers did. And good on Peretz, who struggled at points this season for keeping this game in the Royals for the most part. I know they're down 2-0, but he has played very well. I think there's still time for this to improve. You have another 20-minute period here. You just need to come in fast with the offense, get shots on goal, just play the way they know how to play. And once they get out of this spout, I think they will be much better. You have a lot of hockey to go here throughout this period and throughout this season. It's a long season at that, so let's hope they can get out of this.
Yeah, I always say you just need one. You just need that one goal to get in that helps you break out. The Royals' case, it might need to be 2 goals because they have scored 1 goal in a previous game. But now it's just you need those 2 goals, and once you get that second goal or the first goal, they'll come more naturally now. And I think another problem is the Royals are almost trying too hard. You feel the pressure. When you feel the pressure, you kind of pinch a little, you kind of get a little nervous, and you try harder than you really need to be trying. They just got to simplify the game, get back to how they were playing early on. They don't need the home run passes that we've seen them try in this game. They don't need that. They just need to, play a chip and chase game, play a physical game, and get back to the hockey that they know how to play. Because, like I said, it almost seems that they're trying too hard to score.
Absolutely, yeah. A lot of the time on those 2-on-1s and 3-on-2s, it felt like they were passing maybe when they didn't need to. There were some opportunities that, like you probably could have passed, and they did, but it just didn't go their way, and it happens. But, yeah, sometimes they just got to utilize those breakaway shots, not pass every single time, but also not shoot every single time. You just, as you said, I feel like they were trying too hard to get the nice, backdoor goal. Just shoot the puck.
Yeah, and we saw it in that second period. Haskins had a great opportunity to shoot the puck on the 2-on-1. He opted to pass it. The pass wasn't on the money. It was behind, and you lose your opportunity right there. Royals just really need to simplify their game.
Yeah, and you never know. I mean, if that pass was just a little bit forward or a little bit backward, it could be in the back of the net, and we could be talking about a different game here. But that's the way hockey works. It's a game of luck. It's a game of just being there at the right time. And I don't blame Haskins for that pass being off. It happens.
Yeah, in no means am I blaming him, but sometimes you feel like when things are going rough,
Yeah.
that just the pass there, you just might want to think that maybe you should have just shot the puck. But again, you said if that pass is on the money and they score, I'm up here now talking about what a great decision that was to pass the puck. But like I've said, it's just not gone the Royals' way. The puck luck, we saw one, it hit the post, bounced right off Pavlenko's back. Instead of usually when that happens, hits the goalie in the back, puck bounces its way into the net. Here, it just falls right into Pavlenko's pants. It's just unlucky.
Still for the best here in this third period.
Absolutely. Evan, final point says the Royals come here into tonight's game dropping their last 4, looking to snap out of that skid, their longest losing skid since earlier this year in the final day of January. Lost at South Carolina, then lost the opening 3 in February. What are you looking to have Reading here look to answer in the third top team in the league against them? But maybe some momentum to take into 2 games against Worcester Friday and Saturday.
They would love to get a quick one. You need to just come out flying here in this third period. Play sound defense. Again, as Matt said in that first period there, they weren't that great, but they picked it up since then. If they can just get shots on Pavlenko, maybe don't pass every single time you have an opportunity to pass, just get shots on goal, try and get them past Pavlenko, and take advantage of those power plays because there's been quite a bit of them tonight. I think they can find their way back into this one.
Insight provided by Evan Dickinson, freshman at Kutztown University. Here at the Royals Report, another edition during our second intermission. For first-time listeners, Evan, where can they find some of your great coverage?
You can find me on Royals Report on Facebook and Instagram. You can also find me on Twitter at Nordic97B. We cover the Royals, Phantoms, and some Flyers, and minor league hockey around Eastern PA.
Excited for more of that coverage and more conversations with Evan Dickinson throughout the season. Thank you, Evan. Third period up next here with Matt, my partner, and myself, Eric Jesper. Right back here on the Royals Broadcast Network. Grab some dinner and rejoin us 6 minutes from third period. Up next on the Royals Broadcast Network. Judd Firestone Plumbing, your trusted local expert for all your plumbing needs. With over 125 years of combined experience, Judd Firestone Plumbing's team has seen it all, ensuring top quality service and expert solutions every single time. From leaky faucets to the kitchen or the bath of your dreams, Judd Firestone Plumbing handles it all with professionalism and care. Call Judd Firestone Plumbing today at 610-678-9080, where experience and reliability come together for your peace of mind. Craving something fresh and fast during the game? Stop by the Salsa Burrito stand behind Section 120 at Santander Arena for delicious burritos, quesadillas, and more. It's the perfect spot to grab a quick bite while you enjoy Royals hockey. Try Salsa Burrito today. New Beginnings Massage Wellness Center is the official massage therapist of the Reading Royals. You are living your best life when your mind and body are balanced and healthy. Massage is not just a luxury, it's a way to a healthier, happier life. Visit New Beginnings Massage Wellness Center in Wyomissing today.
Hi, this is goaltender Vinny Purpura. Do you have a child looking to sharpen their hockey skills or learn the best game on ice? Join in on the Reading Royals Youth Hockey Association's clinics, learn to play sessions, and seasonal leagues to compete and work with professional hockey players like me. Visit royalsyouthhockey.com to learn more.
The Cheers restaurant at the Doubletree of Hilton Reading is the post-game spot for our Royals post-game parties this season. Join us for the post-game shows featuring player special guests and be available for pictures. Swing on into the Cheers restaurant at the Doubletree on Penn Street for Royals post-game parties. Visit royalshockey.com to see the full party schedule and stream the post-game show on the Royals Broadcast Network with the Mixler app.
Hi, this is center Jordan Frasca. Match me on and off the ice by visiting the Lions Den team store for officially team licensed hoodies, hats, replica jerseys, and more. Shop in store during our next home game or during the week, Monday through Thursday between 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Shop online too at royalsteamstore.com today.
The Royals Owner Suite is perfect for any group gathering. The group area includes 20 tickets and a wide range of catering options offered from our suite catering menu. You'll have access to the full-service bar as well on the suite level. To discuss group outing options for this area, call the Royals at 610-898-7225 or visit royalshockey.com. Don't miss the grittiest night of the year when Gritty joins the Reading Royals for Flyers affiliation and Teddy Bear Toss Night on Saturday, December 6th. Toss your Bears on the ice with Gritty after the Royals' first goal, plus enjoy an Ice Angels trading card giveaway and post-game photo opportunities with Royals players, all for a ticket as low as $8. Secure your seat today at royalshockey.com.
Hi, this is forward Brandon Sajan. Listen to Royals hockey at home and on the go on the Royals Broadcast Network with the Mixler app.
Looking to snap out of this scoring skid. They have one goal in their last 9 frames of play. And Matt, is going to be this third where the opening focus is on attack, traffic, and finding the answer against Maxime Pavlenka, who shut you out on November 16th. Just 3 starts ago against the Royals, and he is once again in net on course. 25 saves, perfect through 40.
Yeah, they got to find a way to get the offense sustained in the offensive zone here, and in order to do that, they got to just chip and chase, get the forecheck going. I think their forecheck has not been great tonight. Their physicality has been lacking as well, and it's just taking them out of the game. Now it's make or break. This is big moment here. Helmet comes off, unfortunately.
Contact
Looks like
with
it was
Nick
pulled off.
Capone,
I think it was pulled off. Should have been a
swiftly
penalty.
shifts it back, going to the top of his stick blade. And the hair flipped back from Capone while the Nailers take over possession. Wheeling left to right, skating with a 2-goal lead. All black attire with the sunflower yellow numbers on the backs and sleeves. They'll skate down the right wing. It's the captain, Matthew Corsia. Drop back blue line is outside the zone. Johnson will backtrack and peel out to neutral ice. Royals right to left to the Whitetops. Here, a 3-3 record on home ice. 3 of their 9 wins on the season here at home, while the Nailers on the road, 8 of their 14 wins. They have won 14 of their 18 games this season, Matt. 8-2. 8 wins in 10 games on the road, and they are on course for another victory away from their West Banco Arena home tonight.
Yeah, some teams, when you're good on the road, you're good on the road. When you're good at home, you're good at home. The Nailers seem to kind of be playing good anywhere right now, and that's the kind of team they are. They're just playing strong hockey, and I think it stems because they're such an aggressive team. Here's now an opportunity to just hopefully get a shot away.
Moynihan puts it on goal, easily steered away by Pavlenko, hugs that far post to his left. Moynihan takes down Pietila, who is able to squib it forward. Is scooped up by Artyom Kulikov, and the Royals, with possession, will surrender it back out at center to the Nailers. Red line dump in and hoisted around the net by Randy Hernandez. A 4-game point streak snapped despite the round scoring over the weekend for the Nailers. Put up an 8 spot on Saturday. Most recently had an overtime loss suffered at the hands of the Cincinnati Cyclones that snapped a 4-game win streak. But a 5-game point streak overall for the Nailers entering tonight. And with a 2-goal lead, it's Hernandez and company getting back on the saddle, if you will, in terms of the win column. If they are able to play a clean remaining 18 minutes, Royals, of course, another idea in mind, trying to get on any bit of a saddle themselves in terms of winning ways to return to this club that opened up the regular season at 5-0-1, did the Royals, through their opening 5 games in October, first game of the month in November. And here in December, looking to begin the same way they did so in the opening 2 months of the season, with at least a point earned.
Yeah, it's been tough. I mean, like you said, they were 9-3-2 at some point. They're now 9-7-2, and if lost here, you could be 9-8-2. You're just a game above 500 then, and you start getting nervous. But that's the worst thing you could do in that moment, because like I said it during the intermission report with Evan, they're pressing. They're pressing. They're trying to find that goal, but that's the worst thing you can do. You just got to play calm. You got to play relaxed, and good things will happen. When you press, it makes it more difficult, which is a weird thing to say. That's just how it seems to work in hockey.
And fortunately for tonight, due to the great play of Yanni Peretz in goal, 1 shot, and you're back in within another shot from tying the score. 2-goal deficit, and much to the credit of Peretz. Yes, 2 goals allowed on 26 shots faced, but boy, could this deficit be a much steeper hill to climb out of.
Yeah, the little hook right there by Hernandez on Berger does not get the call. And yeah, like you said, I mean, how many 2-on-1 saves did Peretz make in that first period?
Too many to count.
Yeah, too many to count. He was unbelievable. And the fact that this game is only 2-0 is a miracle, and it gives that Royals the opportunity. A 2-goal lead in hockey is not a big lead. You can easily come back from that, and the Royals are going to look to do it here in the final 16:40.
Cam Cook scooting his way up the near side, connects to the far boards with Liam Devlin, is taken out to center at the Royals center ice crest. Flicked back in, sent off the window at the center by Wheeling. And Willits will catch it down, drop off to Devlin on the back track. Cook to center, picked up by Wheeling. Brazil dumps it in on Peretz, who will settle it. Left stick handle in his crease. Give way for Meehan. 16:15 remaining in regulation. Shots square at 26.
Just 4 players
Wheeling
in the neutral
leading
zone
where it
for the
counts.
Nailers. This is the game they're going to try and play now, the Nailers.
Conservative for the Nailers, and they have the recipe for success with their 14-3-1 record. And with Redding's pass off the mark, it'll be icing and a Wheeling offensive zone draw. Happy to have all of our viewership and listenership streaming in on Flow Sports, our Mixer streaming app, and our integrated broadcast on 99.3 FM, presented by Doblin Dental, official dentist of the Reading Royals. And tonight, it is on Facebook Live for the ECHL League page. We are streaming live Flow Sports coverage on for free, and our match of the week, Royals and Nailers. And why not tune in on the all-time 243rd edition of Royals and Nailers hockey. That includes their 16 Kelly Cup playoff bouts across 4 playoff series in 2004, 2006, and 2016. Royals having the all-time series lead, 126-116 by the Nailers as of late. Boy, have they taken command. Only 2-2 is this season series here this campaign, but Wheeling, they have been rolling over the Royals in quite some time, taking 19 of the last 24. That's just 5 wins in the last 24 meetings for the Royals against their long-time bitter foes from West Virginia.
Yeah, Royals still winning all time, though. That's the stat that matters. But the main stat that matters today is walking away with a win against the Nailers in this one. And the Royals, the Nailers are just playing such a good trap game now in the neutral zone, not allowing the Royals to get anything going, and their forecheck is just aggressive here. The Royals, they're just going to have to contain it and hopefully find a little hole, a little chink in the armor that allows them to get a good opportunity and hopefully a goal.
Big hit by Moynihan clears this out to center where Wheeling will reload. A great stick handle. Outlet a 4-on-3. Wheeling, right wing pivot back on the stick of Jack Works. Pass picked off by Guriev. The San Jose Sharks 5th round draft pick in 2021. Outlet to the Devils draft pick 6th round in 2019. That's Patrick Moynihan, who elevates behind the net of Pavlenko. Royals are for fresh skaters, bringing on their third line, centered by Brendan Sagan, flanked by McMiniman and a Butcher. Willis swats this down. Royals break out 2-on-1. McMiniman joins the rush, gets the back check from Willis. Shot paddled aside by Pavlenko. Near end put on goal. This from Sagan and off the crest of the Nailers logo on his chest. Pavlenko with the save, and Sagan left short of the first goal for Reading tonight. 6 minutes down in the third. A 2-0 Nailers lead still intact.
Yeah, the Nailers have done a good job by just forcing the Royals outside, forcing the shots from outside. And when you're outside, it makes it a lot more easier for the goalie in Pavlenko to make the saves, and he's done it all night again. 27 shots, 27 saves. Pavlenko just seems to have the Royals' number, and his team's making it easier for him by forcing those shots on the outside.
First season in North America for the Kazakhstan native. A shutout with the Wilkes-Barre Grand Penguins in the American Hockey League. A shutout against these Royals already just 2 weeks ago. All in a span of 10 days did Pavlenko earn his 2 shutouts on the season, and he is 13-42 away from a third overall and second against the Royals. A media timeout met our first break-in play of the third, where the Royals, they trail the Nailers 2-0 with those 13 minutes still to go on play. That resumes after this word about the best way to enjoy Royals hockey, not only all season, but all year long. And that's a Royals 365 membership.
Royals 365 is bringing new meaning to being a Royals season ticket holder. You are now part of a year-round membership. As a Royals 365 season member, you can experience being a Royals fan with tickets to every home game, gain access to exclusive promotions, merchandise, perks and benefits, and events throughout the entire year. You are no longer season ticket holders. You are now Royals 365 season members. Join Royals 365 today.
Hi, this is goaltender Yaniv Peretz. Listen to Royals hockey at home and on the go on the Royals Broadcast Network with the Mixlr app.
Tonight's starting goaltender Yaniv Peretz welcoming us back into our third period coverage. Royals and Nailers hockey. Peretz, 28 shots faced, 26 saves. We have given the well-earned roses so far tonight for Peretz, as a quick redo of the faceoff will be taken. Of course, Reading wins it back and will unfortunately elect to do so again. But for Peretz, with a record on the season of 3-1-1, we talked about it's his 7th start. It's going to be only 5 prior decisions made after he was relieved of his goaltending duties at a start that Vinny Perpera came in and shut the door down, went on to win the game against Trois-Rivières in November. But Peretz taking steps in the right direction since a woeful opening to this campaign, seeing that goals against average get under 5, and boy, has he put up an effort tonight worthy of a 4th win. But the offense for the Royals still caught up in the feelings of the Thanksgiving holiday, and they are seeing the top team in the ECHL have their way and carve up the Royals like that turkey last week, Matt.
Yeah, they are. They are having their way with the Royals. And going back on Peretz, his stats are actually pretty good if you look at how rough it started for him in the early season. To get back under 5 goals average, 876, he's right there. He has an opportunity to get that up above 900 eventually, which I'm sure he will. and he's playing another good game. That puck hits Armstrong in the face off of the deflection on the stick.
Off of Kulikov's redirection. This rather Matty D. St. Fowl, who is in just his second game with the Nailers this season. He's going to get back onto a knee, but he's not going to get up in one swift motion. It will be a shovel on the ice while D. St. Fowl taking that redirection, the blue line to blue line pass, skipped it along the ice, ran up of Kulikov's twig and straight into the chin of Manny D. St. Fowl, who on first glance doesn't appear to have any chiclets lost, but there
looked like
is
to be
blood.
under his chin.
And he shakes his head, but skates off under his own power, and the best all-ice crew in the league swiftly out to address the leak, and there's some ample blood down on the ice that will be scraped off, while D. St. Fowl will have his wounds treated. Joining the Nailers this week, 11 points in 10 career games against the Royals. And the Royals will take advantage with D. St. Fowl off the ice. However, it can come, and of course, not at the most desired of instances, but ultimately in the physical contact sport, these are where you can make strides, and with yet to light the lamp tonight, D. St. Fowl, who is the talented offensive skater, boy, has he also shown the aspect of his game on the back end that meets the measure of a American Hockey League contracted skater to his caliber, as he is on and one of the 12 total in the lineup tonight.
Yeah,
on the Wilkes-Barre Gray Penguins contract.
It might not show in the score sheet, but he has been all over the ice tonight. He's had great shots. He's had opportunity after opportunity, and he has 2 shots though, but he's been all over defensively, offensively. He's been noticeable, and him being off the ice here for the Nails is definitely going to hurt them.
The 12.5 to go in regulation. Shot blocked down by Kulikov. Outlet. This one out of midair is caught up to by Moynihan on the far boards, but is backtracked and dragged down to the ice as the stick utilized to perfection by Daniel Latch, the Penguins NHL contracted skater for this Nailers club, at a whopping 6'6" on the ice, and the blue liner able to take Moynihan down with ease. Near side, the back pass by Corsia is intercepted by Golder, taken right back by the Nailers, and just like that, it's these far few between turnovers by the Nailers. Royals just cough right back up, and a shot by Artyom Guriev will redirect out of play, stopping action with 11:44 to go in the third.
Yeah, any mistake the Nailers make, they quickly are able to make up for it and have the Royals make a mistake of their own. And Royals haven't been able to do that to the Nailers. It's been all Nailers getting the opportunities, getting the takeaways. So when the Royals get that takeaway, they just give it right back up and aren't able to get anything going. And time is ticking, 11:44 here left in the third, and there's really been no true sustained offensive pressure by the Royals in this third.
Here's Nolan Burke at the draw, looking to change that, but outdueled at the dot. It's one back, and the Nailers will take control. Call for them at the blue line. Taken out of the zone, it's Massimo Rizzo with puck control. Dropped off left wing, a quick touch pass to Frasca. Jacob Frasca, the 22-year-old, slings blue line to Hatfield. Towing the line, great pirouette by Berger, sets up a shot, and it redirects off the pad of Pavlenko, but catches the piece of the Kazakhstan native once again. Blue line Hatfield, seen past Berger, reloads. Led all Bison Blue Liners in goals last season with 8. Finished 5th on the team in points with 33, did Carter Berger with the Bloomington Bison of the ECHL last season. Played one game with the Hartford Wolfpack in the American Hockey League. Both clubs in the New York Rangers organization and their farm system as a rookie.
Yeah, both saves right there by Pavlenko were just positional saves. Never saw that puck, just had good position, was able to make the save.
Willits threads the needle, gets this out to McMiniman around a pair of Nailers. McMiniman's rink wide pass, too far in front for a Butcher, and possession over to the Nailers. Backtrack, McMiniman redeems himself, gets it to Butcher, bounces off a pair of wheeling defensemen, and Butcher on the puck. Behind the goal, Meehan throws it net from McMiniman, stick lifted, and a great backtrack by Hernandez, gloved away by McMiniman, who continues to battle. What a shift from McMiniman. Second time tonight, you can say. It's a Lone Ranger effort. And Connor McMiniman, the recipient of the honors. Far side, Sajin, cross crease, back to Butcher, sandwiched in a Nailers scrum. Butcher emerges, blue line blast. Willits redirected by McMiniman, skipped wide of the goal. Near side, Guria, the D-man steps up. Quick play, Nailers take it back, string it to center ice. Willits at the red line, cuts it down. We're halfway through the third period. Reading still scoreless tonight, but they are buzzing and bringing on the pressure as their heads tilt, favoring far to the left in the Royals' offensive zone. Nailers outlet, shot, scores, pop in the water bottle, and on a transition, the first in some time, it'll be the Nailers' third of the night, and they go up by a 3-goal score. And this quite simply flicked over the right shoulder of Peretz, catching the bottle on top of the netting. It's a goal for Zach Yurdahl, his 5th of the season, and the Nailers up 3-0 with 9:41 to play in regulation.
It's just so unfortunate for the Royals. They finally were able to get some sustained offensive zone pressure, which they haven't been able to do all game, but they finally got the chance, got good shots off. Pavlenko made the save, and then just out of nowhere, Zach Yurdahl picks up the puck, sneaks in on a breakaway, and beats Peretz clean. And now 3-0. Your mountain just got a lot taller that you have to climb.
And that's just peppering, tracking, pressuring, and you end up a little too far in front, and a loose puck skips to a Nailers skater who will not miss on that breakaway. A 5th goal of the season for Zach Yurdahl and the Nailers, who lead in the shots by a slim 1 margin, 29-28. Lead where it counts the most by 3. Center ice, Cook and Devlin, his 4th line. Oh, high, friendly fire shot into the upper chest, almost the neck area of Timken. He's going to skate to the bench. Boy, was that a simmering shot. Delivered outside the zone by Jack Works. And fortunately, Timken will appear to be ready for his next shift while a shovel on the ice will bring us to a quick pause in play. 9 minutes to play in the third. And the Nailers a 3-goal lead in hand over the Royals. Still some time, but it's now or never against Maxime Pavlenko, who is in a route for his second shutout over the Royals this season.
Yeah, it is now or never. I just watched the replay of the goal, and the Royals just got caught pinching. They got caught pinching. They got caught puck watching. Yurdahl was able to sneak through, pick up the puck, and they get on the breakaway and then score. And like I said, this score now, you're not trying to climb up to the pagoda in Reading. Now you're trying to climb Mount Everest, and it's just tough here for the Royals to go down 3-0. 9 minutes remaining here in the third period. They need something quick. They need it quick, and they can't afford to give up anything else. They just got to get the offense going, and it's got to be quick, Eric. 9 minutes left.
And Matt, we have the Worthy have talked about the Royals, and despite the opportunities, there have been also beacons of areas that need to be buttoned up and sharpened. But you have to look at the last line of defense they've gone up against. And Maxime Pavlenko, boy, has he been the great wall for the Nailers, especially in this crease. And unfortunately, it's here on home ice for the Royals that Pavlenko, who earned that shutout victory just 3 starts ago. It's his first start since last Wednesday when he sustained an upper body injury. He did not play in Wheeling's 3-game weekend between Toledo and the 2 games against the Cyclones. It was the backup Jake Smith, now the reigning goaltender of the month in November. Both the Royals and Nailers, by the way, responsible for the opening 2 months. Goaltender of the months, Keith Petruzzelli, of course, for October with that 3-0 record. But he has, as well, to Peretz tonight, has been on the receiving end of a lack of offensive production. Last 7 starts for Petruzzelli, 7 total goals from the Royals offense. Much more provided support by Reading's attack when Peretz has been in goal, but it's Peretz getting a little taste of what Petruzzelli has sustained as of late so far tonight. But for Pavlenko, it's a record of 5-3 that you almost look at and say, how is it not better than that?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. Like you said, there are some things that the Royals, of course, need to do better. But this third period, I think the Royals have played very good hockey here in this third period, but Pavlenko has just been up for the challenge the whole way through, and he's made big save after big save. You can hear those flippers when he makes those kick saves. They're loud, but it's just been so tough. And like you said, I mean, it's surprising that he only has a .906 save percentage on the year, Pavlenko, with how he's played in these Royals games that we've been able to watch from him.
And very effectively playing the puck around his net. And once again in the trapezoid, hoist this up the far side where the Nailers exit their zone. And they'll zip it around the boards, far end, where Burke plays the pinch from McMiniman. Up ice, Burke unable to settle the puck from Busher. Nailers with possession once more. Right wing zone entry. Corsia shot blocked down, intercepted by Willits, who will steer in and retreat behind Perret's goal. Corsia chasing him out of there. Willits wisely up ice, goes north with the puck in the hands of Reading's leading scorer, Carson Golder, who has been held silent tonight as the 23-year-old from British Columbia, 2 shots on goal and a -1, turns over a puck and a wrist shot on net. This one off the pad. Pavlenko catching a piece. That Kyle Haskins shot. Another save for the Nailers goaltender.
Yeah, it almost seemed like Pavlenko almost overslid there, was able to get it with the skate blade on that shot. Beautiful pass by Moynihan to find Haskins, but just nothing could go.
Left wing, Brazil. High slot, poke checked off Hernandez's twig, but off the bench with speed, Daniel Latch will handle. Royals turn it over behind the net. On goal, save, rebound at the goal line. Perret keeps the left pad out. And parallel with the goal line, a big save by Yanni Perret off of a Reading turnover that set up the puck in the blue paint. Perez forced to make an athletic save with a cat-leg reflex.
Yeah, it hit Haskins too, right off the shin of Haskins. Perret's able to follow it the whole way through and then just stick that pad out right on the goal line. He was deep in his net. Turnover by the Nailers now.
Royals come on with it. Sajin step it up at the blue crease. It's poke checked away, wheeling with speed. Left wing zone entry. Hernandez shouldered by Kulikov. Pass gets there, scores. My goodness mercy. What a connection. That Craig Armstrong seam pass connects on a dime, finished with a backhand shovel, and this a beauty by the Nailers on the connection, and Randy Hernandez at the receiving end of it. He'll tally his 3rd goal in 5 games, this being his 4th of the season, and the Nailers a 4 spot tonight, go up by that 4-goal margin, 4-0 with 6:27 to go in the 3rd.
I mean, that's just unbelievable, Eric. I don't even know what to say about that. Armstrong just stood in the face of a freight train coming at him, and Kulikov not showing any fear and somehow put a pass right on the money to Hernandez. It looked like Guryev was on him. I don't know how Hernandez got in front. When it's that night, and everything just seems to be going the Nailers' way, and I still can't believe Armstrong got that pass through with the freight train just running right at him.
All 6'2", 216 of Kulikov catching the upper body of Armstrong, who went helicopter spinning off the hit, but the pass right between the hash marks to Hernandez, rather, who would deposit it top shelf. Not much for Perret, not much to say other than you tip your cap, as that was a dandy of a connection, and the Nailers in full cruise control over the Royals here in downtown Reading. 6 minutes to go in play, and the Royals all very desperate. Looking for a goal to even make, removing Perret from net and bring an extra attacker on, all the possible.
Yeah, I just think getting a goal here could do wonders for you. Not for this game, but for the next game you play. You know, you want to go into your next game feeling good, because it has been essentially blowout after blowout here. Perret's accidentally tripping. Big hit right there.
Berger crunch against the boards by Jack Works. A little extra vigor being taken. Works on a label another man. That's Devlin up against the glass. Wheeling having their way. And you mentioned, Matt, the upcoming games for the Royals. It is the Worcester Railers, who Reading, they had their way with. Quite the flip of the script when the Royals last saw Worcester top of the month. But since then, Railers getting back to 500, 8-1, and also, may I add, a 4-game point streak. They sit idle tonight. They are just waiting to arrive here in Reading with wins in 3 of their last 4 games. Fresher legs, and they're going to have some revenge to inflict on the Royals after Reading gave them quite the thumping up at DCU Center at the top of November. Here's a shoulder stop by Peretz and a clear by the Royals. This will skip, not enough on it for icing. Rather elect to think otherwise, as not enough snow out there around Pavlenko's net to slow it up. We play on a icing and a face-off down in front of Peretz with 4:52 to go in the third.
Yeah, you just need to get something, just a little momentum before those games with the Railers, who have been playing very good hockey lately, back to 500. You know, they're only 2 points behind the Royals now, and it's been tough. They were led by Henrik Tikkanen, but Tikkanen was called up to the Bridgeport Islanders now, but now goaltender Parker Gahagen, which Royals fans are familiar with, is down with the Railers once more, and you know he'll be looking for some revenge as well when they play, so it's going to be very tough for the Royals going forward.
Yeah, newsflash, Reading's top goaltender the last 2 seasons, signing American Hockey League contract with the Bridgeport Islanders this past offseason. As Matt alludes to, he is currently on the Worcester Railers roster, and it is very much expected that he makes at least one of the 2 starts this weekend, Friday and Saturday games, when the Royals host Worcester this weekend. So Parker Gahagen, the former United States Army captain, part of the Railers club that awaits the Royals, and will arrive here. Arriving via flight, may I add. They take charter flight, and they will be arriving via air from Worcester. A unique sense of travel. Royals, they bus, and they make their way up to Worcester, and they are looking to repeat what they did at DCU Center here at home this weekend against that same club, taking some extra mileage via flight in their arrival this weekend. Near side, Frasca tied up, and it's worked away from Graham. But the Nailers right back on it, forehand shot. Big stop by Peretz at the top of the crease. 3:30 remaining in the third. And Wheeling not letting off the gas pedal whatsoever. This pass off the mark. Sajin hoist to center, picked off, and Wheeling right back on it. Will sling it around the boards. Peretz can't cut it down, but on the near side is played by Meehan, blown up by Graham.
Yeah, and that's just
it
the
is
way
a
the game is
bruising
going.
given to the Royals tonight.
That's just the way the game is going right now. The Nailers are having their way with the Royals, and that's kind of what they're thinking. They're kind of trying to show the Royals, hey, we're the better team here, and they're taking liberty. The Royals, you know, obviously this is not what you want to see. They know they need to step it up for next time, and they know they need to be better. And it's just been just that game tonight, Eric.
Golder tied up. Wheeling spinning back with puck control. Left to right. A chip to center ice, Hernandez. Miami, Florida. Native. His parents from Cuba. Hernandez making quite the journey to a illustrious professional career, playing in the World Hockey Challenge for Team USA. Fellow teammates to the likes of Quinn Hughes, Matthew Tkachuk, former Royal Evan Barrett, in 2015, and Hernandez off of a strong showing of a 4-point game on Saturday. And Wheeling's 8-3 victory over Cincinnati, their highest goal output in a single game this season. Well, they're halfway to that mark tonight with 2.5 to go in this one. And Hernandez, the most recent Wheeling goal scorers with his 4th on the season, joining the likes of Jack Works, Logan Pietila, and Zach Giordal. Goal scorers for the Nailers, while the offense led on a multi-point game for Ryan Massey and Max Graham, each with 2 assists tonight.
Yeah, there's not much to say about this game. It's just been tough for the Royals. I mean, I've probably said the word tough over 100 times tonight, Eric. And that's just the way it is. The Royals just can't seem to get anything going. It's just this losing skid, this streak. It's just been a tough slump here for the Royals, and they just need to figure out a way to get out of it. And they will eventually. We talked about it in the intermission report. Big save right there by Peretz to save that one. And now we get Willits going in, some fisticuffs going on here. And this is not what you want from the Royals or the Nailers at this point. This game is over, 2:27 remaining, 4 minutes. The Royals maybe just trying to do something to pump themselves up a little for the next coming games, but at this rate, you kind of just want this game to end with nothing happening.
Well, it's 7 days from tonight. It'll be Royals and Nailers once again, in case these teams haven't gotten all used to each other. Tonight being the 5th matchup in 11 days between these two clubs will rekindle the hostile hockey that Royals and Nailers hockey always brings together once again. And we aren't quite done this one yet as Willis blows up Ryan Massey, who was having quite the exchange of words. Couple expletives, I imagine, a part of that down there. We are moving on in our broadcasts, and in the final 2 minutes of play, couple finishing checks delivered by the Royals. Trying to add a little bit of bruising for Wheeling, who will host a 3-3 with the Greensboro Gargoyles this weekend. Lifted shot in by Cook, covered by Pavlenko, who's 3 strides out of his crease as gives a shove to Devlin. And the Reading faithful not too pleased about it. And Pavlenko has certainly felt the confidence and swagger here, most notably in this arena, Matt.
Yeah, he seems to do that when he's feeling good. He likes to get himself involved in the altercations when he's playing good. We didn't see it when he was struggling in that one game. Not that he was a bad struggle, but in his 2 shutout games so far, obviously a minute 53 remaining here, he's like to get active in the altercations. And when you're making all the saves, I guess maybe it gives you a little more confidence to get involved there.
A own pass put on goal.
And there he goes again, gets involved
crash
in
in
it.
by Nolan Burke. A bit of a snow shower to the 6'5" goaltender, who gets a quick snow dust in around the crease, but a self-pass put on those crease by his own teammate, that being Daniel Latch.
Yeah, he can.
It won't go as another save for Pavlenko tonight. Up to 32 for the Royals offense alone. Not that he needs any more. But for Yanni Pretz, opposite crease, 4 goals allowed. He has been the more tested netminder at 37 shots tonight. 5 goals allowed in his last start after allowing a combined 3 goals in his prior 2 wins. But it's Pretz who has been the Band-Aid for much of the Royals' woes that Wheeling has exploited to their 4 goals. But boy, could this deficit be all the much grander if not for Peretz putting a stipend to Wheeling's efforts, a swift offense all night long.
Yeah, I mean, if you just go back to the first period, they could have had 5 goals in that period alone. I mean, they had a grade A opportunity after grade A opportunity, breakaways, 2-on-1s, shots, and Perez was up for the challenge. Unfortunately, when those shots just keep coming, it's nearly impossible for the goaltender to make every save, and eventually the Nails were able to get 1, and then from there 2, and then 3 and 4, etc. And it's just been that kind of game here for the Royals. Perez has done his best. He's done what he needed to do, but just hasn't gone the Royals' way as their offensive woes continue.
Final minute of the 3rd period. Sharp angle shot deflection on net. Cook sent it over the goal. Pavlenko caught a piece as well on the joust on the top of the crease. Offensive zone faceoff with 54 seconds remaining here in play. And should Reading find themselves without a puck past Pavlenko in this final 54 seconds, it would be 1 goal in 10 frames of play.
Yeah.
That's 200 minutes played, Matt.
Yeah, that's, you know.
And 1 goal is not a recipe for success, and flirting with some areas of the record book you do not want to find yourself a part of.
No, those are the records you don't want to be broken. I mean, I said earlier in this game, records are meant to be broken. Those are the records that don't want to be broken. And another opportunity shot wide there.
In front, and this one over the net, scaled by Cole Timken. 2 strides out from Peretz crease.
30 seconds
Royals
remain.
will take possession. Final half minute of play. Ben Meehan to Hadfield, and the crowd they're letting their voices be heard from even up here around the broadcast booth, as it is the lowest part of the season right now for the Royals that they look to climb out of beginning in their next face-off just 2 nights from today, and it may be the thing the Royals have as a positive is they'll be right back to work in 48 hours. Final seconds expire. This one a rout by the Nailers, a 4-0 victory. Their second shutout over the Royals in 11 days, and it's the same netminder, Maxime Pavlenko, shutting the door down on all 32 shots faced, complementing his 29-save shutout on November the 16th. It's here on December the 3rd, where Pavlenko is the defense the Royals cannot find a chink on, and the Royals' woes offensively continue and are leaving a Reading club now just 1 game above 500 at 9-8-2, 0-1 to begin.
Yeah, I
December.
mean, it's just crazy with how they started this season, the Royals. No, that sport of hockey can change real quick. It can change real fast. And for the Royals now, you start to get nervous. Still early season. There's still a lot of hockey to play. But luckily for them, you're at your lowest of your low right now early in the season. The only place you can go is up eventually. So the Royals, they'll get back to it. It's going to be tough. You know, the fans gave a little Bronx cheer at the end of the game. But for the Royals, they just got to calm down a little. They don't need to press as much as they're doing. They get the Railers now. You get some time off. You get the 48 hours, like you said. You get some time. You get to watch some film, figure out what's going on, and then you get back for that game.
3 stars and a recap on the 4-0 loss for the Royals tonight against their longtime foes after this final word from our broadcast sponsors, league partners right here on the Royals Broadcast Network.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the ECHL, celebrating its 38th season of affordable family entertainment. The ECHL would like to recognize the following league sponsors: AMI Graphics, exclusive signage provider; Athletic.net, official jersey supplier; Baron Rings, official championship ring supplier; BFL Canada Insurance and Sutton Special Risk, sponsors of the 2026 ECHL Hall of Fame induction ceremony; Dash, official mobile auction platform; The Fairley Group, official commercial insurance provider; Flow Sports, exclusive streaming provider; Hotel Planner, official hotel reservations partner; Howie's Hockey Tape, exclusive hockey tape and lace provider; In Glasgow, exclusive puck provider; Prolific One, exclusive secondary ticketing partner; and Warrior, exclusive on-ice equipment provider and title sponsor of the 2026 ECHL All-Star Classic. Catch all of the ECHL action live in high definition by logging on to FloHockey.tv.
Nothing is your final score in this one. Game number 19 of 72 when the Royals drop their 5th straight game, and will be a loss to the Nailers that dropped this season series for the Royals 2-3, and it's against the top team in the league that the Nailers do improve upon their record 15-3-1. They are the first team to climb above the 30-point mark, and at 31, a staggering mark on the season. The Royals caught up right in the freight train of it and drop a 5th straight game, fall to 9-8-2, 3-4 now overall here in 7 home games. We mentioned it, wrapping up the final moments of play, that the best things the Royals can have in their future is a near future game. They'll see the Worcester Railers Friday and Saturday, and they'll have tonight and tomorrow to recoup, but it will be then back to work against a new foe and a Worcester team that, while they are also rolling with a 4-game point streak, 3 wins in their last 4 games, a new team other than the Nailers will be some beacon of hope here as Reading tries to climb out of this dire hole they find themselves in, winless in the last 5.
Yeah, you don't have to deal with Wheeling or Trois-Rivières anymore. Now you get to take on the Railers, and it's an opportunity. It's weird to say when you're slumping so bad that you just want to play again, but that's what you want to do. You just want to keep playing until that one win is able to come, because when that one win finally does come, you're able to start turning things around. You feel more confident. You get things going. But when you're just losing, you're feeling, defeated. But with the game coming up soon, it gives you just opportunity after opportunity to finally sneak away with a win.
We'll get downstairs to hear from head coach and general manager Anthony Peters. Post-game in his press conference, you can always find on the Reading Royals YouTube channel by the end of the night, always posted. But it is a recap on this one that we look at our overall scoring and all 4 goals tonight to the opposition from Wheeling, West Virginia. The Nailers scoring on a Jack Works game opening goal, his 3rd of the season against the Royals, 5th overall at 13:48. Opened up the Nailers' lead after 1. It was that 1-0 score. Second period, they improved upon their lead and had a 2-goal cushion entering the 3rd. Logan Pietila at 18:24. Royals had their looks at 4